Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the adventures of the Philippine American couple. That's us, by the way, just in case you did not know. We hope everyone is doing very, very well tonight. Today is the day after Halloween. Hopefully everybody had a good time. Hey, Joe, how are you? It is Tuesday evening, of course, 5:30-ish p.m. Weather is beautiful in Arkansas, 75 degrees. And as we work to kind of get organized and ready here, because some of us, like me, are a little bit slackers, been busy today, trying to get a few little errands done. So we running a few minutes late. Play some music. Joe, how are you? What's happening up in your part of the world? Mr. Yank, how are you?
It's working, huh?
Yeah. Looks like it.
I had to shut off my VPN for that.
Oh, maybe that's the key.
Never had to do that before.
Yeah. Joe says he's doing good, not doing too much. He's going to shout us out to his group of people like he always does, which we greatly appreciate, Joe. Joe's really good about taking care of everybody.
Joe and Jenny, hello.
So what have you been up to there, Mr. Yank?
I got a tree in the backyard. It's all dry rotted from a freaking dead. Had that Dutch maple elm disease or some shit like that. And I go out there today. There's another branch laid down. Some neighbors took the other one, so I didn't care. But I looked at it today, and it's like splitting right down the middle. And if that thing goes to the right, it's going to take down somebody's electricity.
Oh, well, you might be able to get it taken down by calling the electric company and saying, "Hey, this is in danger of knocking out your power lines."
Yeah, it might, but they might charge me.
Yeah, well,
if it's broken, they won't.
Yeah.
I mean, I could go out there, but the weight of the tree, that it's on the wrong side.
Right.
If it were the other side, I would cut it, let it fall against the other dead one.
Yeah, but you're not a spring chicken anymore. Sometimes it's better to leave.
No, but I don't need to have anything happening before I get out of here.
Yeah, that's true too. I hate it. We all have to admit we're not who we used to be 25 years ago.
No, but shoot, if I had the weight leaning on the right side, then I'd go do that. But
so did you guys entertain trick-or-treaters?
No, I didn't do that.
Joe, how about you? You building do trick-or-treating?
I don't know, there's kids around here, but I kind of forgot about it.
Well, we don't do that. We don't hand out candy, but I was really shocked how many we had in this small brand new neighborhood of ours. We had a lot of kids out here for some reason, probably at least 100 kids. So that's quite a bit for this little area, I thought.
Well, you know what they do? The parents will drive them in from a different neighborhood.
Yeah. Go, oh, look. Those are new houses. They probably have candy. Go there.
I just had some kind of weird, oh, geez, what the hell is going on with this? Somebody get cut off here.
Joe didn't have any. I don't like sharing my candy anyway.
Freaking thing is acting funny here.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if it's the phone or what. Might have to get out and come back.
Okay.
But I can't even see myself in here now. Here we are. There you go.
Joe, you got a favorite candy? Mr. Yankee got a favorite candy? I had to go buy a, man, it's crazy. You know, I'm making our extra bedroom into a closet for Laura.
Peanut.
And I got a really big old dresser made out of solid wood today for $25. I had to go get that. It's ugly. It's not the prettiest thing, but we're going to use it kind of like as an ironing board and storage in the extra closet. And but I only paid $25. It was a good buy, in good condition. Good condition. So I got that done today. Joe likes Reese's peanut butter cups, Joe. You're not talking about these, are you? These right here, Joe? Is this what you're talking about, Joe? Reese's peanut butter cups? You know? This right here? This smells like chocolate and peanut butter. These? You're not talking about these? They're my absolute favorites. I get kind of sick of them, but when I haven't had them in a while, they are my favorites.
Hey, I try to stay away from that stuff. Now all it gets fat in my belly. That's it.
No, I know, but you got to have a favorite candy, though. So what is it?
Oh, that'd be Reese's peanut butter cup.
No. Let me do that again. You mean like this, Mr. Yank?
Yeah, I didn't even.
This type right here?
I was tempted to buy it.
Peanut butter and chocolate all combined together in a nice little bite.
Did you hear me?
Oh, sorry. I was daydreaming about my candy. Sorry.
Do you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. I was tempted to buy some, but I thought I better not. And I didn't even buy any Coke Zero, so got some cashews and almonds.
I think I got to lay off the coffee in the morning.
I don't drink any more than 2 cups when I was drinking. I haven't had a drop since I got back here.
Lorelai bought me a fancy coffee maker, so I've been drinking coffee. But man, there's been a couple of mornings I drink that coffee, and I think I'm going to have a heart attack.
Well, it's probably too rich.
Jesus, I think I got to lay off of that.
How many cups you drink?
Oh, just one.
And you don't have it diluted right then.
Well, I have it kind of diluted weak, technically, from the measurements.
Well,
man, I don't know. Some mornings it's like, oh my God, it gives me the sweats and my heart starts to race. And
yeah, that ain't right, man. That ain't right.
I only do it once or twice a week instead of every morning. You know.
Like anything.
But well, it could be a stronger coffee. You know, we got a whole bunch of Starbucks coffee given to us, and I've been drinking that, and that's been fine. But then we switched over to Folgers, and that's when it started. So maybe the Folgers is a lot stronger than Starbucks.
Yeah, probably got some rich. You don't have one of those little. You put that little pre-measured cup in there, and is that what you got?
Yeah.
Oh, neat.
Oh no, not a K-cup. I thought my coffee maker comes with on the side its own personal little scoop that you use.
I forgot what those are called.
K-cup.
Keurig?
Yeah, Keurig.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're called K-cups.
Hmm.
No, I don't use those. No, but
Man.
and I'm out of instant coffee. I just need to lay off the coffee, maybe.
That's what I'd do.
Joe drinks a lot of coffee. He's one of those coffee drinkers. He likes the instant stuff too, though. He likes that 3-in-1 like we do.
I don't like that shit.
You don't like the 3-in-1? I thought you liked the 3-in-1.
No.
So what do you drink in the Philippines then?
It's a little Nestea black, regular black.
Oh, the black. Okay.
Yeah, I have an ulcer. I can't be if I have any more than two, I can't do that no more.
Yeah, I can't do more than one.
You're kind of you're defeating the health purpose of it if you drink more than one or two anyway. You know, then it becomes a problem.
I usually don't drink coffee at all, but since you bought me this fancy coffee maker, so I think I just got to switch back to drinking green tea.
She working like I got a couple boxes of that still sitting here. They're a year old already.
Yeah, I like green tea.
I don't know shit.
Green tea helps with my digestion for some reason.
Well, you eat all Chinese.
I drink green tea after I eat.
You drink all that Chinese shit or eat all that Chinese stuff.
Yeah, I like it. No sugar, just plain hot green tea, and it does wonders for you.
I gotta go potty here.
Does wonders. So yeah, I had to go pick a dresser up today, Joe. Big old heavy dresser. Luckily, the guy I bought it from was there to help me load it in the truck. So, and we're looking for some glass cases and some other things to put some knickknacks in. So I'm trying to get some cool things done around here. I don't know, Joe. Here, I'll show you this wall. I've been working on my own little art project. Joe down.
There's no. So your wife got a new job now, huh?
Yeah, well, the same one that she's had for, I bet she's on a month now.
A month.
Yeah, 5 weeks. Oh yeah.
Office work.
Yeah.
Got date regular hours then, huh?
Yeah, I think she's probably working overtime tonight. But yeah, her regular office job and good benefits, and she gets to dress nice every day. Don't have to worry about Walmart customers throwing shit at her. You know?
My other wife, my second wife, I'd say, hey, how come you don't dress up like that for me at home with that makeup?
Yeah.
You guys are more worried about what you look like to other strangers than they are to you.
Yeah. But everybody has to have a job in America.
Most of us.
Yeah. You know.
Not all of us.
No, I'm not paying attention here.
I've done mine.
Yeah.
It wouldn't hurt me to work it wouldn't hurt me to work again.
Well, for me personally, I can't hold a job, and I know that. But
neither.
Would I love to be able to go to work? Yeah.
I get fired if I got another job.
I mean, I miss being, not that I was important in my career, but I actually kind of miss, having a career, and I did a lot of very unique things in my many years, and made you feel good to have a career, and that's where I think
What?
is where I think I differ from a lot of people. A lot of people are happy to kind of just, kick back and do nothing, but I get bored so easily.
Yeah, doing nothing can be exhausting,
Yeah, it's boring. So I used to be the type of person that was fairly efficient.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's part of what drives me crazy about the Philippines is how inefficient things are. So it's like
I can adapt. I can adapt to that. I'm not alone.
Well, I could adapt to that if I was able to go fishing every day, wherever I live, then I could adapt to basically being and doing nothing because I would be fishing at least. And so
dig up a pond. Buy some land and dig up a pond. And
yeah. But sitting at a puddle of dirty water versus fishing is two different things. I mean, I could put one of our other houses had a swimming pool, and it was really nice to sit out there. But during the winter, it sucked.
Yeah, need to be a minus for the winter.
Yeah, so it probably didn't work, but
oh, it's 70 degrees here today.
Yeah, it's nice out. It's supposed to be really warm all week.
More than that, though, but.
Oh, you know what I did this week? Or yesterday, actually.
Took a shower?
I did. Believe it or not, I did, which is shocking.
Yeah.
I called the medic, and maybe Joe needs to do this. You haven't done this, Joe. I called the Medicare helpline to look at what different new insurances are available for next year.
Mm-hmm.
So like your Medicare part B and C, those. So I did that. I have a new insurance company starting.
Yeah. Well, you picked a different one?
Yes.
Are you on a Advantage plan?
I am. And now I'm switching over to another company.
Hey, I gotta ask you, you're only what, 56?
I turned 55 this month.
You turned 55 this month.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you go straight to Medicare or did they put you on Medicaid?
No, I went straight to Medicare.
Is that the same with all
Disabled?
Social Security disability people?
Yes.
Regardless of age, huh? Because I was reading up on that and it looked like I keep forgetting that the internet's just full of everybody's theories and shit.
Right.
It had listed that you'd be on Medicaid till you hit 65. Then you'd be on Medicare.
No.
Obviously, that's wrong because you're on it.
Yeah, I'm on it. I've been on it from day one.
Okay.
Yeah. And I retired at what, 48, 49?
You were 48?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Already. Yeah, I think so. That'd be right. Yeah, about that. 2015, I think, was my last year. Yeah, that's when I died the first time. So I gave up working.
But you didn't meet your wife yet either, did you?
I did. I actually, and I feel bad, to be honest, because if I'd known how sick I really was, I would have never made the trip to the Philippines the previous year.
Yeah.
Year and a half.
Oh, you went over there not feeling good. You went over there in the situation you're in, huh?
Well, I went over there because I knew I was feeling pretty good. But I didn't know in the next year how bad it would get for some reason. You know what I mean? If I known how bad it would have been, I wouldn't have probably dragged her into it. But
I wouldn't say that.
Well, no, but what I mean is I wouldn't have put her through, everything that we've had to go through medically if I would have known that's the road we would have hoed.
It always helps to have somebody to get you through something.
No, yeah. I know, but I probably just wouldn't have done it. I probably would have not bothered with it if I knew that I was going to wind up being in a coma and dying and all that other shit. Now don't get me wrong. I'm very grateful that she was there.
Yeah.
But if I would, hindsight's 2020. I don't know if I would have put her through that. If I would have known that's what would have happened.
You know, man, any of us could go back and do something over perfectly, but either, if you think about it too much, you'd be sorry you did what you did, and if you don't, then you're happy that things happen the way they did.
Yeah, I mean,
well, you got a benefit of it. You got a benefit from it, right? I mean, you got her, right? So.
No, it is. I mean, the end result for me is probably better than the end result for her.
I don't know about that. No, I don't. I wouldn't agree with that one.
No,
you would have been. Yeah, your mind would have been going, well, I'm going to be alone on this shit. What am I going to, you probably would have just withered away. But
that's okay.
But well, we all can say that once something didn't happen. But I mean, it did between the two of them. Which one's the best? Having met her, having gone through that. No. Now here you are today. You're still there and you're alive and.
Yeah.
Been good, not as great as it could have been.
Yeah, if you want to know the truth, I don't know if back when I was 48, if I knew that life would be the way it is now because of the health situations. Because I'm a different person. I know, and maybe this is crappy of me. And everybody talks about, oh, I'm so lucky to be alive. Oh, life is so good because I'm alive. No, my personality is I don't feel alive because I can't do the things I used to do.
Oh, well,
I can't be the same person I used to be. So this new person sucks comparatively. So maybe I would have preferred to die in the coma. Yes,
we all can wish this, wish that, but that's just the way it is for us.
Yeah.
I wish I could do this like I used to, but I can't. It just it sucks, But that's just the way it is. We get to a point we can't do that no more. I mean, God forbid we won't be able to wipe our own asses in the future, and how impersonal is that? Having to have somebody do that for you.
Yeah, and hopefully when that happens, I'm dead.
But
dead permanently dead.
My point, you have the luxury of being able to look back and saying whether you would rather this and rather that.
I mean, quality of life to me is more important than how long of a life you get to live.
Hey, I had a perfect plan to move over there when I was like 52. And I said, yeah, when I was 50, I said, 7 more years, man. Go over there. I felt pretty decent.
Mm-hmm.
And then I fell and hit my head like 6 years ago. I'll never be like I was.
Right.
Never.
I know.
And so that changed for me. The enjoyment I get out of it isn't as great as it would have been, but it's still something.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. And maybe it's my hang up, but I kind of look at it just.
Well, I got you have. I don't like using the word luxury in the greater sense, the other word. But you can look back now and you can go, well, I wish I this, I wish I that. But it really, when she comes walking through the door and you wake up every day and you're with her, it can't be any better than that.
Yeah, from
Just
that
think,
point of
think
view.
of the alternative if you'd have been able, even if you'd have died for good,
Hmm.
and then you look and you would have been able, like an outer body thing. Well, then you'd be able to look at yourself and maybe what you would have missed in the future. Then you'd feel like real like shit.
Yeah, the funny thing is, I don't know. I mean, besides having Lorelai around, there really hasn't been much that I would have missed. And I know.
You would have missed her. That's my point.
Well,
All those
if
other
you
things,
never had
like
that, then you wouldn't have known that.
all those other things, lifting this and driving that, and being able to walk with more ease. Be able to breathe better, be thinner. All of that shit.
Yeah,
But you got what you got. I mean, it happened the way it happened.
it did
You got,
indeed.
you got a nice wife there. You got a beautiful house. You got it decorated. Looks good. You got it made to a lot of other people.
Oh no, don't get me wrong. I know, and I understand that. Look, financially, I
Mm.
may be better off than a lot of other people, but I would rather be dirt poor and have better health to enjoy the day than I would to have riches, which I don't have.
I
You
guess
know,
we
so
can, we don't always get everything we want, though.
but
Hmm.
that's the problem of life. We should always get what we want,
Uh,
especially if we work hard for it.
well, that's just the way the cookie crumbles, they say.
Yeah, but
You look at, the biggest pain in the ass to not to working is not ever getting everything that you want, like where you're at right now. And you got that in a roundabout way, but you're in a better spot in life. Find that when you don't have to worry about shit financially, that is such it's a load, it's a monkey off your back.
yeah, I don't disagree that that would be nice to be in life. I guess part of my deal, is in this current state, I can't do anything to change hardly anything.
Uh-uh.
So I'm out of control of my life. I can't do a consulting business. I can't go and lecture. I can't travel. I can't be a guest speaker. I can't do any of these things that brought me great joy because all of that's gone now.
You can't do anything voluntarily.
No, I'm lucky to make it through each day, man. If I can't volunteer because I can't be consistent
Uh-huh.
between the brain damage and not being able to breathe. I'm just not trustworthy enough.
Yeah.
But if I could, I would. But it's more. I think it's more the fact that, like for most people, they could get up in the morning, they go to work, and they could go. I think this weekend I am going to start figuring out how to make an extra $10,000 so that I can buy a boat.
Hmm.
Well, it ain't going to happen in my world. So I've lost a lot of control of my own life. And I think that's what bugs me personally.
Well, it's been a while since you did. It's been a while for you. It isn't like it happened last year. So
No, and I've struggled with it from day one.
hmm.
No, it's not been an over, this week thing. It's something that when the doctors told me you can't work anymore ever again, and we got to rush you to the surgery now.
Mm-hmm.
And I told Laura, I told him, I said, I don't want the surgery. Just let me die in peace. I knew when I agreed to do the surgery because of Lorelai, that my control over my own life had ended. So,
well, I'm not kind of limited in the way I got it. I haven't been through my thing yet, but I'm not. I've spent the majority of this time waiting. And once I know where I'm at, then my mind will be different. One way or the other.
and that's part of the key. I know where I'm at. Period. Where I'm at when I'm in the Philippines, when I'm in America, I know where I'm at. So it is what it is. I know other people would be blessed to have my life, but for me, not so much. For me, not so much.
There's a reason. There's a reason for everything, isn't there?
Well, and that's something that I always should teach my students is there's a reason for everything, and we have to look at, maybe I'm still alive, or we're all still alive and kicking, to benefit our own selves, but to benefit others. Because there's a reason you come into somebody's lives. So we all think when we meet somebody and we come into somebody's life, it's about how does that new person benefit us. But a lot of times it has nothing to do with benefiting us. It's about the benefit that we're going to bring to that other person. So we may come into that other person's life and we wind up giving them a small piece of advice. And that changes their path for the future. And I've seen this as a college teacher. This is where I figured this out. Teaching made me feel really good, but it wasn't about me. It was about what I did for the students who needed whatever it is I was giving them. Encouragement, knowledge. I was there to change their projection, not mine. And maybe that's the deal with Lorelai and I. Her road has been not easy with having a sick husband, but you never know where she's going to go after this.
Yep.
Same thing with knowing you. You never know. I may give you advice, or you may give me something that changes and greatly benefits our directions. You just don't know.
Always get something, man. Always something.
I don't know. I mean,
could be worse, man. You could be you could be homeless and suffering. I mean, not by choice, but
yeah, I know what you mean.
By just,
Well, and look, that's the sad thing about life for all of us. It can always get worse.
Yeah. When I was over there, when I was back in the Philippines, I never bitched about nothing like that I had to deal with the daily life here. None of that. I was happy to wake up and it'd be warm every day. The sun was out today and it felt so good, man. I'm like, oh, I can't imagine.
Stimulation in the Philippines. That's what we're
bullshit weather here. You live for 3 months a year. That's no way to live. For me, forget.
Well, I've decided I'm gonna make my wife become a corporate bigwig where she makes a couple $100,000 a year, and while she's working, I'm just gonna go on vacation.
Oh shit, she ain't gonna. Now you're dreaming a couple $100,000 a year.
Yeah, that's the goal.
And
then I can have multiple cars and just go on vacation all the time.
Be back in time. Be back in time to open the door and say, "How was your day?"
That's it. Hey, I'll come back on weekends.
Yeah, that helped me the second time I was married. I only had to see my wife on the weekends because I worked second shift and she worked first.
And
But
how that worked
when I was not on that second shift job anymore, that was a totally different story then.
for the better or for the worse?
Worse.
Yeah.
Real easy. It's real easy to get along with somebody when you only got to see them 2 days a week.
That's right.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, if I'd have never had that job, moved out of the country there, and I would have ended up being divorced, I'd be working right now complaining about it because the pension sucks.
Yeah. That's why I tell a lot of these guys I talk to, having a long distance relationship with your girlfriend from Thailand or the
I,
Philippines or Honduras or wherever, versus her being here day in and day out is a different animal.
Mhm.
So, because we got some friends that their relationships are starting to, they got approved. So they'll be coming here very soon,
Oh,
you know. So,
uh-oh.
and it's going to be a big difference between going and visiting them for 3 weeks at a time and
Mhm.
when everybody's on their best behavior versus being in the same household 24/7.
So these folks are they just met each other?
No, they've been working on the K-1 visa process quite a while.
Oh,
But the K-1 visa processes are starting to kind of get cleared up and speed up again. So we know some people that they've gotten their notices that their interview is, they don't have a date for the interview, but the interview is the next step. So they've been finally hearing back from the governments, which is good. Very good. I mean, we got to get these visas to open up for these people. Whether it's the family visa, like the video I released today, the K-1 visa, the work visas are backlogged. Since COVID, everything has become greatly backlogged. But I'm really starting to hear from people that those visa applications are starting to be processed. They're starting to speed up. It's starting to get some momentum. People trying to get their dual citizenships, that's picking back up again even. So I believe in the next year that pretty much all visas, spousal visas, the K-1s will be back to normal. Another year, another 12 months. People will be able to file for it and have their fiancés and stuff here within 6 months. That's what ours was 8-9 years ago, which was 6 months. It took 6 months to get Lorelei here. And I think it's going to get back to that versus 18 and 24. And we ran into some people in the Philippines that were in the middle of this that we've stayed in touch with. Ran into a guy in the airport who, just didn't understand why, his process was taking so long. And he messaged me the other day and said, great news, So he's greatly looking forward that his fiance should be here in January, he hopes, no later. And to go from there. So the visa processes are picking up, speeding up, whatever you want to call it. So I think that's really good news for everybody. I still think everybody has to be very patient in dealing with the visa process and the visa system and the travel to the Philippines. It's getting better. It's going to eventually get back to complete normal, especially with their new president. I think he has a different way of seeing how the Philippines should be. I think he's probably a lot more liberal in a sense. Maybe that's the right word for them over there. Maybe he's a little bit more, let's take some chances, not about COVID, but about in general. Let's loosen the reins a little bit. Let's get people in here. Let's get businesses in here. Let's make it easy for the world to know us, the Philippines. So some of the stuff I've been reading, a lot kind of seems he has more of a progressive vibe versus a isolationism or a conservative vibe. Now, whether he's honest or not, I don't know. Whether he's greedy or not, I don't know if that's his agenda. But he definitely seems like if you want to go to the Philippines and hang out or get married or date or travel or do business, and I think that's going to be really important for the Philippines. And that's part of what I talk about is I wonder if the Philippines is ready for change. What are the people of the Philippines to that point where they are ready to move forward in life? Are the
So
people? Yeah, go ahead.
This guy, is he? He's second guessing what he's doing, or what?
Well, now I got friends that are nervous about getting married.
Yeah.
But he's not second guessing what he's doing.
Oh.
But is he nervous that the fiance is now going to become the wife and is going to be in his house or here 24/7?
That's the idea.
Yeah, I think plus some of the guys I know, they know the horror stories. About not about the Filipino women being scammers. That's not what I mean. But the horror stories about how the lady moves in and, for instance, I tell my story. I had a beautiful house. When I met Lorelai, I had a house that had a pool and a pergola and hammocks, and it was a beautiful house, very nicely decorated. Well, within a year, everything I owned was out the door and something new was in there. So,
well, yeah. You could always send her back.
So I think, and to be honest, and this, man, a lot of the guys are a little nervous that, the woman's going to come over and turn into a bitch. Raise hell.
You got to stay within your league, man. You can't be going after no freaking model type chick, and you're a grease monkey, man. That ain't too good.
No, I mean, we've talked about, everybody, not just us, but everybody's talked about the Filipino women becoming like American women.
Yeah.
And, that can be a very bad thing.
Oh, sure.
And so a lot of guys are nervous that your Filipina or their girl from Thailand or Japan or wherever country is going to become like American women. And then what did they do? Now they just married an American woman all over.
Yeah. Yeah. I wasn't looking to do nothing anymore myself, but a friend of mine.
How did you meet your current wife?
My friend, he told me he's looking on his website. I really wasn't looking. Filipino Cupid, and I was like, you know, I said, I'm not interested in nothing. I was getting kind of used to that.
Mm-hmm.
Being divorced at the time, I think it was, oh, yikes, 15 years. I don't know, something like that. And I thought, well, let me look at that. I said, well, I'm just looking because I don't need nobody that's 20, because that'll wear out its welcome after a while. You know, that'd be fun for a while, a short while. And I looked at her and I thought, I'd rather have a family type person, you know. So that was my criteria. I didn't see any other person like that on there like she was.
Mm-hmm.
And then I told her I didn't want to pay for that website, but you could always click. If you clicked on it, it let you say a couple words.
Yes.
So I put see me over on Facebook. Go to Facebook.
Go to FB. Yeah.
And I started talking to her there.
Yeah.
Because I really wasn't, you know, I just.
I mean, how long did you talk to her on Facebook?
Well,
before you made the trip over?
Oh man, what was that? Yeah. Golly, I went over there in 2012. I think January. I went to Dominican with an ex-girlfriend. We had the thing planned already. She had a boyfriend already. Let me see. No, I didn't have one yet. Nah, it had to have been before that. I think it was the fall. I think it was the fall or winter of 2011. And I went to the Dominican in January, and I went to Phil. I had her come down to Makate in June, third week of June.
And that's all she wrote?
Yep.
So when you went to the Philippines?
You know what? I was working as much as I could because I had to save for a house to build them over there. And then because of that, that's when I sold my cars, you know, I was taking the bus because I was a bus operator. So I got a free ride, and every day I walk across those railroad tracks and then I hit that ice, man, and hit my head, you know, so I could have died. Anybody hit the back of your head like that, you know. I work with a concussion, man. I waited 2 weeks before I went to the hospital, and this guy said, "Oh, you're okay to work." My back hurt, so I couldn't lay flat on my back. I turned to my side, my brain was thumping like a heart, you know, and it's just shit ever since then.
Yeah.
You know, if I would have never met her and I would have been at work like that, I probably would have had a stroke already or a heart attack.
Yeah.
Because of all that shit I was eating.
Yeah.
It's when you forget you're getting old and you shouldn't be eating all this sugary artificial shit.
I know Lorelai, was always on to me about that, about the dietary issues, but
Well, yeah. I mean, you don't do anything in life for yourself anymore. You do it for them, for her.
Yeah, and that and that's kind of the hard thing, and maybe that's selfish, but maybe I'm just a selfish human. I still want to do things for myself.
Yeah.
But I'm learning slowly.
Well, you've been at it You've been at it a while now, so you should have a better understanding of what that is now. You know.
I'm a slow learner, apparently.
You are you?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what she thinks. She thinks I'm a slow learner. I need to get the short bus, you know. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Man, I couldn't, my bladder's so freaking weak now from holding it all them years and being bounced up and down.
oh, I bet, yeah,
I couldn't, you know, I'm gonna tell that judge the truth, man. I said if I was out there working, I'd have to go take a piss every 10 minutes, you know.
yeah, yeah.
And I worked all those years. It's not like I just, and I picked up a lot of people that were conning the system, you know.
Hmm.
And I thought to myself, boy, these guys are full of shit. You know, ain't nothing wrong with them.
Right.
And I thought to myself, if you looked at my work record, I've been making money, you know, especially the last 5 years, like a lot. You know, I mean, I didn't take home any less than $800 a week,
Right.
and my highest was 1,600. I worked all these overtime. You know, you got paid spread time when somebody didn't show up. You went on their work, and so if I was on call duty and I sat around for 5 hours, I had 5 hours plus that run.
Yeah.
That run paid 10 hours. That was time and a half for the 10 plus the 4, another extra $100.
Yeah.
Man, and that tells you how much I made if I took home 1,600. It was
Yeah.
over 2,000. It wasn't every day, but
No.
the fact, my point is, all my life, since I was old enough to be on the, paying those state and federal taxes, I worked all my life, and I always made as much as I could.
Yeah.
So it isn't like I sat around and I worked at some shit job and forget it, I'm tired of that. I'm gonna take the easy way out now.
Right.
I mean, believe me, honestly, if I could have still been working, I'd have worked. When I took off for that, when I had that cyst removed from my brain there, when I got home and I was off, I shouldn't go back there because I was forgetting shit, almost hitting people and
Well,
cars.
no offense, but I definitely wouldn't want you driving my bus. You know.
Well, I wouldn't write anybody, but right now I go out once a week unless it's something, doctor's appointment or something. And the route I got to the grocery store is not long and it's easy, and I don't go driving around,
Yeah.
because I don't, this is how bad it was for me in the morning after that happened. I had the same route. Before I got into call duty, I had the same run every day, same work, and I pulled the bus out, and almost every morning I'd forget where the hell I was when I was driving. I thought, and I do this every day, and I'm thinking, why am I thinking like that? I never had that problem before, So I worked as long as I'm the kind of person, I don't sit there and say, well,
Like you dropped off there, Mr. Yank. You must have hit the delete button on your phone there. Yeah, you if you're having a cognitive disability, you definitely don't need to be flying a plane or driving a bus or any type of taxi. And part of my problem was I'd walk down the hall and pass out. I would be in class and pass out. So, it's kind of hard to be an effective teacher when you're going, So, and then of course, cognitively after the coma, man, my brain's screwed. So, but I was already retired a couple of years by that time happened, So if you're even the most menial jobs, if your brain isn't functioning well, it just doesn't work.
This happened to me this morning. I was talking to Michael, and it just dropped.
Yeah.
On his screen, it was just that spinning circle,
Yeah.
And then I took my, what do you call it, off, and I went back on, And then it went off again. So I thought, well, it can't be the, what do you call it? Can't be the VPN, you know.
James says good vibes to all of us.
I don't know what's going on with this shit today.
Yeah, you never know.
I hope that don't happen to me on Friday.
Yeah, you did pretty good last Friday.
Yeah, well, the last time I had the problem was I figured maybe it was my phone because last week I couldn't come up. Had that slow spinning. That's exactly the same thing it was today, only on my laptop on Michael's live stream.
Right.
And I thought, what the heck, man? So I shut off my VPN. I get on there, no problem. And after a long time, and then it dropped again. I had to come back.
Oh, good. Yeah, I've been on a couple of people's live streams this past week and haven't had any issues. So, yeah, must be something going on with yours. I haven't been on Michael's, but is the crap, I just forgot his name. I was going to ask you if he's doing live streams anymore. I never see him anymore. Simon? Is Simon doing live streams anymore?
I have no idea. I don't talk to those guys.
Or did he have to go back to rural and get a real job? You know?
I'm not. I don't know what they do.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Him and that other guy. I don't know what they're. I'm not even subbed to any of them.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll see Simon come on. He'll come on Michael McFarland's.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
James Robinson says, Mr. Yank, it must be a brownout or something wrong with the connection on your end.
Yeah, I think it was a connection on my end for some reason. I don't know why. You know, I don't know why that happened. I thought maybe it was last week. It was because of the phone, but it did it again today.
You never know. But you never had problems up until then.
No, I didn't have any problem.
You know what I mean? So it could be, gosh, you just never know anymore. I mean, yeah,
Let's see if I turn it on, what'll happen.
Yeah, but we were thinking about buying Lorelei the new.
Yeah, do you hear me now?
They are not wanting to give you good money.
Did you?
For trade-ins, it seems, on the iPhones.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Well, I switched to turn the VPN on. Let me know what happens.
Well, there was no picture, but I could hear you. But now you're gone again. So you went bye-bye totally. All right, are you there? Right now, if you're on your VPN, what you're doing is you're kind of there, but you're not. It's like you're halfway. But the ad screen at the bottom shows that you're there, but there's no sound or other issues coming through.
Shit.
There you are.
Well, I'm on here now, man.
Yeah, now we can see you and hear you.
Well, as soon as I turned it on, then it went away. I mean, then I couldn't hear you. So I know what that.
Oh, you better go. You better go. Go.
I don't know where the hell this is now.
I found a pretty cool channel the other day. It's called Bart.
Who?
It's called Korean Dumpster Dive in the Philippines. It's where they dumpster dive in the Philippines. It's a pretty cool channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. The shit they find in the dumpsters in the Philippines. Kind of like here in the States, how much stuff we discard and throw away, and then you know, when there people are allowed to, they can die for them and see. Hey, James, I got a question for everybody. Let's see. Do you have a favorite candy in honor of Halloween? I'm checking to see if you guys have a favorite candy. Let's see here. Get back to normal. There we go. So what's your favorite candy if you got one? Uh-oh. But yeah, it was a pretty cool channel. Amazing that even in the Philippines, where I guess it's all about, your perspective, but the stuff that you can find in winters in the Philippines.
There, I have my TV on now. I could see a double 55 inches of David here.
Yeah, you're rich, man. A 55-inch TV? Man.
Yeah, it's a smart TV. They always have problems with it's a Samsung, but
that's what we have. We love them.
But like anything else, this could be something that functions does too many things, and it really shouldn't is meant to be doing that.
Yeah, I don't know. We have Samsung smart TVs, and
that's what I got.
Yeah, we never had a problem with them. But, they work nice, And we have streaming on them all. So, but it's technology, man. Technology. We have a lot of Samsung products. I need to get Lorelai to do a video on our refrigerator.
Oh, that thing?
Yeah, I can get that done this weekend. We're going to have some Filipino people over and food on Saturday, so probably won't get anything done this weekend. So we got some friends that just came back from the Philippines.
How old is this guy that's waiting for his girlfriend to come over?
Well, I know multiples, but one of them is 30. And the others are in their late 40s and their mid 50s. That range, late 40 to mid 50s. Only know one that's 30, but he's Filipino.
Oh.
Who became an American, who now has a Filipino fiance who's actually in another country, and is coming here as his K1.
Oh, boy.
And most of them are just normal Americans.
Yeah, you never know.
No, you don't. And, but I do think it's getting better.
What you cooking for dinner today?
Nothing for the rest of the night. We had leftovers, some chicken today, so Lorelai's still working. She gets home, there's rice and chicken in the fridge.
Rice, yeah.
Rice, and more rice. I just can't do it.
A rice maker. Yeah, when I was in the Army, I dumped a bunch of that shit in a pan. I had no idea how big that thing would, how high it would get.
James has a question for you, Mr. Yank. He's asking if you think the Philippine government will activate the Bataan nuclear power plant.
The what?
The nuclear power plant in Bataan. I didn't know they had a nuclear
I didn't even know they had that. No.
Yeah, I didn't know they had one.
That ain't such a good idea for these guys, because I don't know where they plan on burying their waste.
Give it to China as a gift.
They don't have like the Rocky Mountains here where we can carve out a 2-mile, 5-mile tunnel. I don't know. The way they run stuff like that. If I was them, I'd say. I mean, knowing what I know of them, I'd say no. But I think it's like you have 10 real smart people, then you have 100 that are not. And those 100 that are not are going to put all their faith into The know-it-alls.
Yeah, I don't think. One, I don't think nuclear is the solution.
Man, that's northeast of Manila.
I don't think it's a solution for anybody. But in the Philippines, the way the islands are situated, if they got into solar, solar but wind, I think they could probably do a lot of stuff with passive energy also. So I don't know it sounds like, I don't know.
They already have a power plant built?
Yeah, James it sounds like from his question, and it sounds like it's built, but the question is, will they activate it? Will they turn it on?
Yeah, well, they have that built in the Chinese when they're buddy with the Chinese there.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be interesting with the new president, how their world is going to shape, because I think he is completely the opposite of Duterte in a lot of ways.
Yeah, he don't want to do anything. I mean, he's not going to be a proponent of shooting drug users. I mean, even Duterte, I don't think was. I think he was smart enough not to go after the big cartel people because he wouldn't be around.
Yeah.
Those guys are bigger than anybody.
But do you think Marcus is more progressive, so to speak?
What's that?
More of a progressive president, somebody who wants the little people to do well. He wants everybody to do well.
Everybody, I don't know about that. Everybody always throws everybody a bone to make them happy.
James,
you know what? When you don't have poverty like you do, then it's different. But these guys, they can only do so much.
Everybody say hi to Lynn's Raiders. Good to see you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Make sure that you make friends with everybody. Everybody will make friends with you, because that's what we do. Good to see you. Are you in the Philippines or the United States or Indonesia? Where are you from, my friend? Yeah, I think he just seems to be a little bit more. I don't know what's the right word. I don't want to say loosey goosey, but he might be a little bit more free flowing of letting the country develop or something. I don't know.
I don't know what he did. I mean, I know the history about I was old enough to understand what was going on. I mean, I was in the teens when I was actually in my 20s and teen. But I don't know, man. I could have I could have seen it easily. I could have been a friend of his dad's very easily. The guy just seemed like that to me. And I don't know, I know there are a lot of bad things going on, but back then, but that's not for me to.
No.
That's not for me to say, but I think personally, I think if a lot of these guys like that, I don't think they have to be the way they were in order to stay there in power.
No, I agree. The question is, do we think he's going to let the country develop, or is he going to run his own agenda?
They do a little. You see, to develop, that would mean they'd have to have a welfare system, and over there would be a system that would bankrupt the country.
Well, not to develop. I'm not going to looking at overall infrastructure projects.
Oh, well, a little bit.
Bringing in better tourism dollars, bringing in international trade dollars. Is he going to encourage his country, the Philippines, to become great? Or is it okay just to keep the same old, as long as me and my friends are getting rich?
I can see the way they are. I can see them staying the way they are, only with modest improvements. That's all.
Yeah, because and ever since I've
right back.
And look, I've known about the Philippines since I was in my my late teens, and I've always thought that the Philippine government needed to have a campaign of national pride. Would be a really good thing for the Philippines. They need to kind of whoop it up, you know. But that's me. You know, let's do what's best for the country. Let's do what's best for the people. And if one benefits, we all benefit. Because I really believe if that's the case, the Philippines could be, oh my God, such a powerhouse financially. You know, so, but I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. You know, we're asking them one question about what's your favorite candy, Lens Raider. You know, we want to know which candy you like. So,
yeah.
but we'll see how things go over there in the Philippines.
Who?
You know,
Yeah.
Here I am. Man, that's a good-looking guy you got on TV there.
He takes up my whole screen.
Yeah, big head of his. His big head. So
Goodness.
he looks old, is what he looks.
I didn't buy any of that. I didn't buy any of the regular crap I usually buy.
That's good.
I thought, oh, even when I'm drinking a Coke Zero, I'm drinking a ton of caffeine a day because I'm drinking this stuff like water.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a video coming up. It's gonna be about one of the greatest American dishes ever. I'm gonna give a new spin to one of the greatest American
Turkey
foods ever.
Turkey.
Nope, the bologna sandwich.
Bologna. Yeah, the beef is where it's at, but I don't eat any of that. I can't. As soon as I eat a little bit of that, I'm already at the high end of my blood pressure. That'll put me over 100 every time.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh man. But I'm going to make a healthier bologna sandwich as much as I can be.
You gotta do beef. You're not gonna get it from the pork and that crap they stick in there.
Well, even the beef bologna is disgusting. But I'm going to I'm gonna do a video about the bologna sandwich.
I worked at a meat packing plant through one of those job services, whatever they call them.
Yeah.
And they make them for Burger King, McDonald's this is long back in the 80s. I wouldn't eat anything that fell on the floor, got put right back up in that hopper. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't stand it back then. It was inside the thing was freezing every day.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I worked in a Tyson Foods freezer one summer when I was a kid and hated it. Man, I hated that job. And I worked loading Walmart trucks one summer too, and I hated that.
What's his name? Bob. What do they call him before? They call him. I forget his nickname. But he moved over to the Philippines when they were in their 30s, and he came back a couple of years ago. His wife works at a Tyson place in Indiana.
Yeah.
Evidently, he knows the owner or plant manager or whoever.
Right.
I think his businesses got as good as they were going to get over there, and that was it.
Yeah.
We
have a lot of Tyson facilities around us.
And he luckily just had bypass surgery right before they got rid of the Z package, they called it, for PhilHealth for foreigners. Otherwise, he'd be dead right now. Bob Martin's his name.
Okay.
He's going to be 61 here pretty soon, early January, something like that, February.
Yeah.
I forgot the name of his channel used to be. I forget, man.
Yeah, we're all getting old, man.
I've met him, golly, about 10 years ago.
Yeah. No, I was on somebody's live stream the other day, and because I've been doing this a little bit and watching for even a lot longer, and I don't know if you ever knew that, and this might bring me some wrath, but there was a dirt bag named Peter Vandenberg.
Oh, Van Dever?
Yeah, remember him? He was
Oh,
actually
yeah.
somebody on a live stream. Never showed his ugly face, but
Yeah, he Steve Montelli's, I don't know if you remember him. He
yeah,
does Twitch now on Fridays. I got a podcast. But he's from Arizona.
yeah,
He interviewed him once.
yes.
And now, he's talking about, I don't know, about nothing really. And Steve kept looking at the camera. He goes, I just wanted to make sure the battery wasn't going to die. Because then when week later after he went home, then the guy was, I got a problem with him.
Yeah.
And it turns out this guy was, he got busted a couple of times. He had a what do you call it? A lady boy got busted with one or something.
Yeah, yeah. He in the early days, he had a decent, or not a good channel, but a decent following of a crappy channel,
Mm-hmm.
because that was way back when it was only like 5 or 6 bloggers. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I remember watching a few of his videos. That guy was just a scumbag,
Yeah.
and even to this day, he thinks all Filipino women are whores,
Yeah. The guy that doesn't pay child support.
Yeah. Not Steve. Steve's okay. I'm not talking about Steve. I'm talking
Yeah,
about
no, I'm done. We're talking about Peter.
the guy. But I thought it was funny. Years ago, there's some videos out there of him running his mouth about this other YouTuber.
Philippine Dreams, and then Rike.
Yeah, but yeah, it may have been one of those two or somebody, but he was running his mouth about how he's going to kick their ass and all this stuff. And he ran into him and Dumageddon and ran away. So
Ran into who?
he ran into whatever blogger he was bad mouthing. He was bad mouthing somebody on YouTube, talking about how he's going to beat their ass if you ever saw him in public. And it just happened.
I wasn't Ned.
Dumageddon.
That guy's name wasn't Ned, was it?
He may have been Ned. I know Ned's channel. We watch Ned's channel.
Ned would have crushed his head like a walnut, man.
Yeah, it may have been Ned. I don't remember which vlogger it was. But so it may have been Ned, but I thought it was funny because he talked so much smack and then he ran off and hid like a crybaby. I guess Ned's getting ready to have a second baby.
It might have been Rike. Who had a second baby?
Ned.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what he had, girl or boy. I don't know.
I don't know. She may still be pregnant. I'm not for sure.
His girlfriend, his wife, she looks like she's 12 years old.
Yeah.
What's funny about him is all these, when he had that other woman on there, Michelle, and they, everybody got to know everybody, and all of a sudden she wasn't there.
Yeah.
He didn't really tell everybody why. And she had to have her own job, and make her own money. And he worked a lot. And he said he worked a lot, and he's able to make a lot of money because he's white and all this other shit. And my point here is that all of a sudden he meets this one, then he buys a brand new $30-some thousand vehicle, and he has her sister tagging along and everything. Birth control thing, I don't know.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden he's spending all this money on her, and Michelle. Everybody liked Michelle.
Yeah, I remember Michelle. I think the official thing was something that they just because he talked about her one time briefly.
Mm-hmm.
He was very nondescript and non-criticizing, just like, hey, it just didn't work out. We just weren't that compatible.
I used to love that show, man. I probably would have still been watching them today if that never happened.
Well, the one that looks like and this will probably get me a lot of haters, is the Tim K guy.
Oh,
his wife looks like a 12-year-old.
yeah.
I don't know if you know who that one is.
Yeah, I know that. But I watch the stuff once in a while now. But in the beginning, it was him and
Enrique.
His name is Henry, but that was Enrique and then Bud Brown.
Yeah, I still watch Bud Brown's. Yeah.
Those were the three. Those were the three that I watched, and ever since then, man, everybody and their brother's got a channel.
Yeah, including us.
Yeah. I don't have any aspirations of getting monetized because this is only part of my life. This isn't my life, So.
Yeah. No, I always liked Bud Brown's channel. I always thought Bud's.
Yeah. And he had over 20-some thousand subscribe, 25 or 26,000, and then when he decided to get monetized, he lost all those subs and had to start all over.
Yes.
Now I don't even know if he's half of what he had before.
I don't think he is. I
liked watching his stuff before, and they told him Ned and them used to have get a bunch of money together and feed people. In the Philippine law, they weren't even allowed to do that.
They're not, right? That's why when Ned and him would do the
spaghetti,
they had to get the Filipinos, the locals, to do it. Otherwise they would get in trouble.
Well, I know that one guy used to be a Brit guy, and he's up in Boho, but he was smart and he went to America, so he gets a little bit of Social Security, not much, but a little. And they got all the proper licensing, but I don't know. I don't.
Not like Terrence.
Well, my thing just went out here.
A Brit in the Philippines, but.
Oh no, not that guy. Him too, but I mean the other. The hell's in Boho? What's that guy's name?
I don't know.
His name is Terrence. His wife is Beth.
Like a Brit in the Philippines, or?
Nah, he wasn't a Brit. Not that guy. But
well, Terrence is British, but he's an American citizen.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. That's right.
So they got in trouble financially or charity-wise at some point. I don't know exactly what happened, but I know that they got something.
I think there's he bought a brand new Ford Raptor. That's like a $60,000 truck.
Anywhere you go, yep.
Well, because it's a charity, it's a licensed charity, so they're allowed to do whatever. But because where that house he was at with the wife and the mother-in-law, man, anything he drove up there, he got stuck.
No, exactly. But I know at one point they showed like they had a building full of Balak Lion boxes that people shipped them that they never even got around to opening.
Oh, what was hilarious was I don't watch that guy at all anymore, but the other guy in Bullhole, he's been there like 20 years now. You'd have thought the guy was there only 6 months. Grind All Outdoors. I always liked his channel, but he did nothing but complain like an American.
Who was it?
And he used to do unboxings right on live,
Yeah.
So he has this box one time, and he's pulling all this stuff out, and he pulls out this dildo. At first, he goes, he lifts it out, and it's got a cord to the end of it. And his wife said, "What is that, Dan?" It was like,
I'll show you later.
I can see we're gonna have to screen these things now.
Yeah, I saw that too. That was funny.
Oh my goodness. But I mean, he was, he had a good point when he said he had a good point. He's got like 50 some thousand subscribers, and can you imagine if every one of those subs gave him $1?
Oh, I know.
Man.
Yeah, and
But he's about a year. He might be a year more older than me. Now I know he worked, but he ain't worked much in his life, so he's looking at I think he's got some money coming to him. As to how much, I have no idea. But his wife, they marry somebody to get out of poverty. They don't marry somebody to stay in it.
yeah,
He's got his daughter. I mean, there's no opportunity there for him.
the winter dogs are barking because Lorelai is made at home. So they heard her coming in through the garage. So
Big fierce.
What's taking them so long to get in the garage, Jay? So
Yeah, they're fierce animals, huh?
yeah, when they want their treat, our dogs are so freaking spoiled that we got to pay them to leave the house and pay them when we get back in. So, but yeah, there's still a lot of good channels, but there's also a lot that are still kind of goofy. And
I got a mind just to do it because I like talking to people I've met in the last 2.5 years or so.
yeah,
But I never, I only do the live stream to talk to people I don't get to talk to all the time. And all these other, friends of other people that help me get subscribers, they got so many people doing these stupid silent live streams, and I'm like, and I was watching this guy's, I think her name is Yads. They do karaoke,
yeah,
but one of the guys that time to get going. That guy's a pretty nice guy,
yeah,
and his channel's gotten big, and
yeah.
I
Karaoke.
I couldn't possibly watch videos from every single subscriber I have
Oh,
because
God.
it would take my whole day.
I would agree. No, you just can't.
So I like making the ones I make, and I just set up my GoPro 10 today. I don't see what the big to do over that is. I think the 11 has got some beneficial improvements, but this 10 I got, you got like 5 programs you can set up different ways, but the colors on GoPro are so in your face that it messes everything else up, And, I'm understanding these all the time. I got 2 7s and 1 10, and I got 4 gimbals, 2 from the same manufacturer. But I like going out and doing films, because when I started watching YouTube, I liked it when they went out on their
Excursions.
stuff because I got to see something I only thought about when I was a kid,
Yeah. Yep. I agree. I try to spend Wednesdays and part of Thursdays visiting old YouTube channels or regulars that I don't get to watch the live. I try to go back on Wednesdays and Thursdays and visit people.
I like what if I had 100 people that watched them, it's okay with me. I don't I'm not one of these people that need them subs and monetize and all this shit. If it comes to that, then it does. But you're under a lot of pressure now. You have to maintain that same.
So because I think it's the right thing to do, and I always learn something from somebody else. I like it when I learn things.
Well, I watched 2 people when it comes to the camera thing, and at first, when I first started watching them, I thought, that guy don't know what he's talking about. And then I'd see somebody else that had something better. And then after a while, I stopped thinking that stupid way because I benefited from I learned something from both of them. So, I may want to incorporate both or I do something totally different myself, but it got me thinking. That's what they're there for. I'll never sit there anymore and say, that guy don't know shit, because there's always somebody that knows something you don't know,
And that's it. And that's what I do. When I hear a topic, I go, oh, this is interesting. Let me sit and listen for a while.
I just thought about a guy I used to drive with. He's a pretty cool dude. He's a couple years younger than me, and I got thinking about this guy. I said, man, he reminds me of somebody I knew in the factory. That this dude had a drug problem. He got himself straightened out, and his license plate it said straight, like SPR with the 8. And golly, I don't know if I ever asked him about that one or not. But he reminded me, he had this kind of this curlyish, blondish hair to his neck, below his neck, and he's a cool guy because that I remembered that after talking to this because the guy was new on all this stuff, and he was always open to what other people said, no matter, he knew stuff I didn't know. So
Gary's in the house. He stopped by to say hello to both you and I.
Here's Gary.
Gary, he's the OG. He's the OG of poetry.
How many people you got watching here? Oops.
10. So there must be some people hanging out in the background.
10.
Gary, the link is right there if you want to come up and visit. If anybody wants to come up and visit, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, he's getting tired of me.
Hello. Here's some.
Anyway.
Mr. Yank is there.
Hi, Anthony.
Anthony, yeah. Hello.
What are you doing your camera?
James is visiting.
What?
What's happened to your camera?
David had these bar girls on here before. Is that okay? I mean, it really wasn't. Evidently he knew them. I didn't know them.
What about your couch?
I don't know. He said he used to. I don't know. I forget that. You can talk about that later with them.
They're barking at me, James, because I'm home and they want a treat.
Yeah, that's what I told them.
We just got everybody out the door like 10 minutes ago. Man.
Yeah, we got them out here just in time.
Yeah, lucky you, huh?
My date travel.
I had to slip my date to travel. Slip my date? You mean move?
What's that?
Gary,
No, you had to move the date to travel. Why?
Why'd you move your date to travel? And where are you traveling to, Gary?
What do you mean, slip your date to travel? What are you talking? You talking some freaky stuff there, Gary? What's going on?
Maybe he went slip, sliding away.
I had to slip.
I don't know.
What else? What else could that? What is that? My date to travel.
Yeah, I think
Gary, you don't work. You don't work for a living. You can travel any day you want to.
But he's busy. He had to watch those Pomeranians.
Yeah, a little.
And you got to remember, Gary's the poet laureate of YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I haven't watched him in a while.
Gary hopes not to go through another one. So does that mean you're leaving earlier than you had planned, Gary? Gary, you can just jump up and tell us what's going on.
Gary, I think you said that last year too.
Bye-bye.
Lorelai's saying bye to everybody.
Bye.
She's going to go eat. She's hungry. Radio Man, greetings from Orlando. Orlando. We enjoy Orlando. Good to see you. Radio Man, say hi to everybody. Everybody say hi and connect with Radio Man. You guys all get to know each other. Yeah. Hello, Lorelai. What's your name? Lorelai's going to have rice.
See what's nice about this having on my TV, I can see the chat.
Yes, yeah. So she's either going to have the leftover piece of steak or leftover chicken, and of course rice.
Gary, what do you mean? What do you mean by that slip?
It means he moved it to later than planned.
Yeah, well, you did that last year too, remember? You're supposed to be out of here this year, remember?
So when is your new date? Gary.
What Gary needs is he needs to get there first, and all that other stuff will happen.
Radio Man's down in Orlando, Florida. We were there not that long ago. So we enjoy Orlando.
Oh, I got no.
Now, Mr. Radio Man, are you by any chance married to Filipino too? Or are you just hanging out with us weird people? And keep moving the date. Why do you keep moving the date, Gary?
So what?
How much money have you spent moving the dates?
Yeah. Keep moving the
Date
date.
or not to date? That is the question, Poet Gary. How you like that? Gary's into poetry. He does a great job. So
I think today was.
we hope you get out of here at some point in time, Gary. If you need advice or assistance, or
Yeah, you'll know enough people over there. You know, I mean, geez, knows Daryl up there in Angeles and
here, James, I'll show you. This is what we did with the one I picked.
picture.
This is my office. It's kind of messy, but those are the ones that I picked. So that didn't get to go to the living room, but it's in my office now. So, but she always gets her way. I got her a dresser today because we're taking the extra bedroom and turning it into a closet, because not only does she take over the master closet, and I have no closet except for the little one in my office.
My wife we used to go to those secondhand places now, which it wasn't in style when I was a kid, but she'd go there and buy shit, and then she wouldn't even wear half of it.
Yeah, we do that.
And then when it came time to do something, she'd throw it out.
Hey, Radio Man is single. So look, we know a lot of Filipino women that would like to meet American men. So you're in the right place if you have any interest in that. And without any further ado,
Might be a radio DJ.
What is that? I heard that saying before. You always get your way, or something like that, with something. You always have your way with
His wife.
Men?
You always get your way with something about Chevrolet or something.
Chevrolet.
Wow, that may have been from the 50s. A jingle from the 50s about Chevrolet cars then.
I never heard
Yeah,
that.
right. Do they make Chevrolets anymore?
Yeah, I think there's talk that Elon Musk might buy.
Oh man, they already bought Twitter.
Everybody, hey, to that Mr. 90-year-old man. Jer, how are you?
Oh, there he is.
Hey, yeah.
You don't look a day over 90 today. Congratulations on that.
We need to get Frowsy over here to guess ages again.
Yeah, she won't do that.
Fraser.
The link is there here.
He's I think corrected pronunciation is Faiza.
Faiza. She's a sweet girl.
Indonesia friend.
She's not very old herself, is she?
40.
40.
Already 40.
She's 40.
Nah, she ain't old at all, man.
No. Jer's claiming that she only said 74. I heard her say 94.
You know what? I looked at it the other day, and it's 98% of the people. 98% of the people in Indonesia are Sunni Muslim.
Mm-hmm.
So that leaves only there's 2%. There's some other, I forget what it's called.
Shiite Muslim, or some other religion, or Buddhist, maybe.
That's a following. That's not a religion. Muslims.
Buddhist, I guess they're a religion.
In celebration of Halloween, we're asking, what's your favorite candy? So that's one of our little questions.
Oh, yeah? Really? Oh, geez. Oh, I have so many favorites that I can't even think.
You're going to whip out a bunch of it now.
My father was addicted to M&M peanuts. Yeah, he had an addiction to
like the chocolate. That was like an aphrodisiac, man.
Yeah.
No,
I like Kit Kats.
do you?
Yeah.
I bought like 4 things the other day, and I wolfed them all down as soon as I got home.
Kit Kat, huh? I can't
Everything.
see too. I'm on this little on the phone. So
I'm on the phone too.
are you?
Yeah, you see me?
Gear. Hey, you'll like to know, Gear, that I did some looking through some boxes.
It doesn't really help to look through them. You have to open them and decide what you're keeping and what you are getting rid of.
Well, I actually had to shift around because I'm starting a new jewelry type of project, and I needed to find the right tools.
Okay. So
Yeah.
this thing about pushing your travel dates again.
Yeah, I have to do that.
Why? You've done it about 5 times already. You're going to end up in a coffin before you even get out of Maryland.
Well, I do have to beat Gareth because he said that he's going to beat me to the Philippines, and he's coming December of 2023.
Right.
So I have to beat him there.
Well, let's hope so. That's 13 more months.
Yeah, well, no, 2023.
Yeah, that's 13 more months.
Oh, yeah, right. So, yeah, I have to slip it. I was looking at like a budget type thing. And, oh, I wanted to ask this question. How much do you suggest that maybe Tony can answer this because I think he answered it once before, but I can't remember.
But
what
you
he
weren't
said.
listening.
How much? No, I just can't remember. I was listening very closely because I know he said it. How much would you suggest that I carry with me in pesos to the Philippines?
When you first get there, like 500
I'm
bucks.
traveling there. I'm traveling there for the first time. How much pesos should I convert and carry there with me? Pesos.
Wait, anywhere from 500 to 1,000.
Well, let's back up and ask this question. Are you going to convert it in America before you go?
Yeah, you go to your bank.
I'm going to buy it.
And you want to take some pesos with you?
No, your bank will do that. Your bank will do that for you. Mine did.
Yeah, you just got to give them a heads
My
up.
bank will.
So my
Yeah.
recommendation would be a couple thousand max.
They want
What'd you
they
say?
want dollar there. So it's actually a limitation on how much peso you can take into the Philippines.
How much pesos should I take? You suggest I take with me? I'm
500.
taking pesos with me. So how much do you suggest I take?
$500 to $1,000 turned it into.
Yeah.
We give you 24, it'd be like 52,000 peso.
No, but Tony, I don't think you're allowed to take that much peso with you because they want you to take dollars to change it in the Philippines. I think there is a limit on how much actually peso you can take with you. I think that's 20,000 peso.
When I went back in January, I went to my bank and I had them turn 500 bucks in the peso. So I had 24,000, but it's higher now. So, we're talking the amount you're not allowed to take in there would be astronomical, not what we could afford to do.
Here's my suggestion. My suggestion is just to help you when you first get to the airport to grab a taxi is what we're talking about, right? Just enough money in your pocket so that then you can go to an exchange machine. My suggestion, we only carry a few thousand pesos, maybe 2,000, 3,000 max on us. That way, just in case, and we do it in small bills, that way, just in case we have to tip, you tip the little guy, you do a little bit of this, you do a little of that. And then we can always go to exchange and change American dollars into pesos. So you only need maybe 2,000 or 3,000 pesos, not dollars, but pesos.
Hey,
Well, I'm not going to take any American dollars with me. I'm just going. I have an ATM, and I can go
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah. So, Gary, I mean, this is not a big problem. I mean, you just take with you 5,000-6,000 peso, and just so you have enough until you get to an ATM machine.
oh, you're gonna charge at the ATM? They have money changers there that could do that.
No, ATM. My ATM reimburses
Yeah.
at the end of the month.
I think that's a mistake, Gary.
Yeah, I'm telling you what I did the first time I went, and the second, that's what I did.
You went to a money changer.
Oh, the first time I went, yeah, because they won't cash travelers checks at banks unless you have an account there. So that ain't happening. So I got I think at the time the peso was 41. I got 39.
Do they still use travelers checks?
I used them to take to the money changer.
I don't think they do travelers checks anymore. I think they're gone from history.
I don't know, man. You know better than me, then. That's all I'm just
I
telling
don't
you.
know. I had travelers checks in 1990, but I haven't used any since.
Dude, I used them in 2012.
Oh, did you?
Hey, Gary, and you do what works best for you, but my recommendation is you take some American dollars with you.
Yeah. Hey, James.
Okay. I know you can go to an ATM machine when you get there, but what if the ATM machines are down, which happens? So I would hide some money in my wallet, maybe 500 USD. Like, Jared's saying, I would take 3,000 or 4,000 pesos worth of money, and you'll be in great shape. You'll be in great shape.
Okay.
It's way under the declared amount, but then you can find a money exchanger and or an ATM machine. But you want to have a little bit of safety net. Now, the other question comes into this, and I give this advice now: if you're going to, as you land, if somebody's picking you up at the airport and you're going with them, it's really not as big as a deal because they will help you navigate everything. But if you're on your own, having some American dollars and your pesos and your debit card will be fine.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm working on getting somebody to pick me up.
Somebody you know and trust.
Yeah,
Not,
I do.
not the bar girl.
No. I'm gonna
The
meet
mother
her
of
later.
the
I'm meeting
bar
her later. No, I have somebody I trust. It depends on what airport I go to depending on who picks me up.
Well, which airport are you going to go to?
I don't know. I haven't decided that yet.
Well, who do you want to go see first?
Nobody.
I haven't decided that yet.
Right. And I guess that's my point. You kind of got to come up with your vision of are you only going to go for the 28 days? Are you going for longer?
I'm going forever.
It depends whether it gets delayed or not.
So you need to kind of figure out a strategy, at least for the first month,
right.
and a backup plan.
Yeah, I have to figure that out. Yeah, I haven't decided yet if I'm going to go to Cebu or Butuan or Davao. I haven't decided that yet.
I'm telling you, when I went to my bank, whatever company they get their money from, they only had half of that 500 was in small bills. The other one was in large bills. Now with a 500 and 1,000 peso bill, you could forget about people changing that for you unless you buy something. You're not going to get any change at a sorry store unless you go to a mall or something and buy something. That's why you want 50s and 100s.
Like a pack of gum or something.
50s and 100s. If you go to your bank and say, I need $500 in Philippine peso, and they give you 250 and 1,000 and 500 denominations, it's hard to break those to change them.
I'll tell them I want small.
Yes.
You can tell your bank all you want to, but it depends who you have to ask the question, who do you get your money from, and can I get this whole 500 and 100 peso bills and 50s, few 20.
120s, 100s, and
Yeah, you don't want no you don't want 1,000 and 500s. Like if you're in that Makati, Manila, no problem. But I'm telling you that the average person on the street, they can't change that.
Well, plus you don't want to be flashing a bigger bill around anyway.
Well, you don't hold it out. I mean, I had a guy from UK once got on my bus, and his company, he was at some whatever downtown. They had him stay at this hotel that was in the black area of town, and this dude was freaking out. He says, I said, where you going? He told me the place. I said, why, who put you there? He said, my company. You know, he wasn't comfortable, and he had his money out. I said, don't hold your money out like that. You know, just
right.
All his company knew was they got a cheap rate. It was a brand hotel, but they got a cheaper rate, and he was only 5 minutes ride downtown.
Oh wow, geez. Well, I wouldn't mind the first night or two to fly into Cebu and go to that hotel that's near there. I think it's called the Water something.
Waterfront.
Waterfront. It's a little expensive, but it's okay. And I can walk over there from the airport.
Hey, if you get in a cab, make sure they got a working meter. If that meter ain't on, don't get in.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking of going. Yeah, that's a good point.
I wouldn't walk to the waterfront from the hotel.
That's too far.
No,
dangerous.
It's within walking distance from the domestic terminal.
Now, Gary, if this were a week before you're leaving, that would be good. But now it's another year.
Another year.
I wouldn't walk, Gary, and I've been there many times. I wouldn't walk from the airport to the damn hotel.
Why is that?
One, it's a little trickier. It's in walking distance, but it's not like there's a sidewalk that walks around the hotel.
They don't have sidewalks like we do. They have a few of them now, but not like.
More than likely, you're going to be landing in the middle of the night, Gary, and the security, your safety.
Well, if I would probably, if I'm landing in the middle of the night, I will probably stay in the airport until morning.
Why? I mean, you guys shouldn't even travel. I mean, I've been traveling all over the fucking world, 220 days a year for 16, 17 years. I've been to the worst places on the planet in the Far East. I never had a problem anyway. And if you're going to spend a lot of time figuring out if you're going to have, how much money you're going to bring in cash versus this and that, and stay, and not just fucking jump in a taxi or a Grab and get asked to the airport after you've been traveling for 16, 17 hours. I mean, come on.
Absolutely.
You're making things difficult, which is not difficult at all.
Traveling is supposed to be fun.
Giving them tips on denominations is not difficult. There's nothing wrong with that, because some taxi, you get in that taxi, they don't have the meter on there, you're not going to know.
No, you got to get in a metered taxi.
You're going to pay too much.
Or Grab. Grab works
just
very
take
well.
a Grab. It's the easiest thing ever. You don't even need to do it in cash. You have it on your app.
And you have to have a smartphone for that, Gary, with the app on it.
Yeah. So you may not have that as soon as you land.
I have a smartphone, but it's smarter than me, in fact. And,
Gary, we've been to that airport more times than I can count.
Hey, there you go. There you go, Gary. Just ask your phone what you should bring.
Ask Siri. Ask Siri. Hey Siri, what should I do? I'm in Cebu.
We're the women. We're the women.
It's not one of those Alexa, because by you saying that, she would answer.
Who?
Alexa. I can't
Oh,
say it
my
loud.
God.
She'll answer.
Alexa.
Is Alexa gonna feel like you're cheating on her?
I'm not sure. Their response will be yes or no. In some instances, maybe is the easiest way.
See that? She's already responding.
When I said, ask Siri what to do when you get to Cebu, she come back to me on my phone. I just looked down on it. She said, I don't understand.
But in all seriousness, Gary, you're going to go there. You say you're going to go forever. You got to listen to the young man below me.
Yeah.
You got to enjoy it. Don't torture yourself trying to walk in a country you've never been, and in places they don't have sidewalks or street lights.
Gary,
You're not going to make it.
we went.
If it's gonna break your bank to spend 100 peso in a taxi for 3 minutes to get safely to the hotel, then you should stay in Maryland.
Yeah, it's only going to be a couple bucks, Gary.
Yeah.
Stay in Maryland and go to the Baltimore Library.
Hiking in Norway must be smart to listen to people that have traveled to Phoebe many times. They know their stuff. That's right.
So,
and Helen, if you need taxi money, I'll give it to you.
The other concern that I had, you said take American dollars, but don't they have to be perfect condition?
No.
Yeah, what was the problem with that? You go to a bank and you don't get them from 7-Eleven when there is marks on them. You go to a bank and say, I want $500 or whatever in in unmarked bills.
But then when they're in your wallet, won't they get bent?
No. It's not bent, man. Gary, it's not bent. It's paid or marked. If it has just to be unmarked.
It's not that picky, Gary.
Oh, it always sounds like it's so picky.
It's not. Trust me. We take money all the time, and it's been in my wallet. It's been in her purse. Sometimes it's been in my sock. Hell, it's been everywhere. They'll still.
Hi, Christian.
Come on. They'll take your money, buddy. Trust me. As long as it's not counterfeit, they will exchange it.
Oh,
does it help if it's nice and clean looking? Absolutely. But
I haven't traveled for a while. I heard that when you're flying on the airplane that far, that long, don't take your shoes off. Is that true?
I take mine off every time.
Definitely take them off.
Huh?
I always take my shoes off on any long flight.
Your feet will be swollen and you won't be able to put your shoes back on.
No.
You can forget about that trip. Forget it.
Here's my recommendation for flying to the Philippines or any foreign country. Hell, even to the town next to me. Dress comfortably with comfortable shoes, comfortable pants, comfortable shirt. You may take 2 shirts, so the plane gets chilly at times. It gets cold. Yeah. So that way, they give you a blanket, but take your shoes off and relax. Otherwise, you're going to be miserable. And let me emphasize that if you fly Philippine Air, Korean Air, Jatar, they actually give you slippers so that you can take your shoes off and put your slippers on in the plane.
Hey, they even wash your feet, Gary.
No, they don't.
They wash your feet too?
And they're going to give you a nice towel, warm to freshen up with, just
we're not talking about first class here, David.
Me either.
First class.
No, we fly coach. We fly the cheap seats, buddy. We like to spend our money in other places. So we fly cheap seats.
Hey, what is that? There's coach and there's economy coach. What's the difference?
Location.
No, it's premium economy. is a little bit bigger, wider seats, and they go back a bit further.
Back on
They
the
do.
person.
It's kind
Back
of
on the
like
person behind you.
They
Huh?
have
the further back you go, the cheaper. The economy seats are in the far back.
they have
Yeah, then you have premium economy is. I couldn't fly economy all the way in those long flights anymore. I do it in Europe on short flights up to 4 hours, but then I at least go on premium economy because the seats go much further back and they are wider and nicer. It's not like business class or first class, but premium economy is fucking worth the few bucks it costs to fly.
I agree.
They go back so far that the person behind you can massage your head.
No.
Huh?
Everybody, make sure you say hello to the Viking if you didn't do it already.
Ooh.
But no, I agree with you. The economy plus is worth a few extra bucks.
Yeah, I mean, when you're gonna fly that far,
Yeah,
and
Christian.
especially my size and stuff, I mean, I'd be dead. I mean, if I was, I mean, as I say, any flight up to 4 hours, I'm fine. But any longer flights than that, I have to go premium economy as a minimum.
I couldn't stand to have be in the middle again.
No, but
Scotty B Show is here. He says hello to all of us.
when you book the flight, you make sure that you pick a seat which is not in the middle.
Gary, you tell them how old you are. You got a bad back and you want an aisle seat.
Yeah, they give you an aisle, or they give you. I mean, or the only way you can fly economy that far is to get an emergency exit
I did.
seat, because then you have nothing. Then you have much better leg room.
That's what I did.
Right.
So
And
they
you
might
can-
give
and
me
look.
something special if I say I'm my age.
Yes, that's where I was going. You're a senior citizen. They will take better care of you as a senior citizen. And when
But
you go to buy your ticket, that helps. We put down that I'm disabled because of my health, and that helps getting me, a little bit better seat.
Because I do need an aisle because I need to stretch my leg out. It gets
Gary, you need to plan that trip ahead of time online. You can't get to the airport and say, "Hey man, I need a aisle seat."
oh, okay. You have to plan ahead.
Yeah. And you can pick your spot when you buy your
You
ticket.
can pick, most airlines now, you can pick your seat yourself. I mean, there's a seating plan on the booking, so you can pick exactly what seat you would like.
Okay, because the last time I flew to I was just in Southwest, to Texas, and you just come on the airplane and wherever you want to seat,
Yeah, but it's not like that on an international flight.
That's their policy at Southwest. First, that's how they do it.
First come, first serve. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you need help, there's plenty of us that can walk you through the process.
Gary, you look awfully worn out, like you walked 20 miles.
Well, I can walk pretty good, I'm a pretty good walker.
You look tired.
I look tired now.
Scotty, I did indeed. I did my research, and you're welcome to come up and visit. I've dropped the link here. I'll do it again. But I did verify that. But the bad thing is, my wife stopped in a few minutes ago. She's Filipino, so that blows that totally out of the water. So.
Well, at least you could. At least you could put a poster up behind you.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's it. You got to do that marketing stuff.
That's a nice poster you got.
Yeah, and those are fishing pictures. That's a train ride, and over there is I don't know. We were in Texas somewhere. So some girl needed money to draw us, so I gave her money.
You should just have, like Christian, just have a green screen so you can pick whatever pictures and put behind you when your wife is out, and then you can just take the green screen away and be back to fishing pictures when she comes back home again.
I know.
I'm so surprised how cheap private schools are in the Philippines.
Well, everything's cheap comparatively in the Philippines.
It's cheap compared to America, yeah, but
Yeah.
it's not cheap for
Oh,
people
yeah.
in the
About 80 bucks a month, 80 bucks, 100. That's what we pay.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
well, it depends if you go to Loreto or Montessori. I mean, it depends on the quality of the private school.
25,000 pesos a
I
year.
I
25,000 pesos a year.
I spend 4,420 pesos a month for my son.
but you also got to remember, private schools are a dime a dozen. They're everywhere.
Yeah, he only had 4 kids in his class.
You know what I mean? So it's not in America. There's a lot of private schools, but they're more. I don't know.
And not as many, and they're expensive.
How much per month for college at Catholic school?
Yeah, so private schools kind of hotty toddy in America. In the Philippines, it's
All right,
they're
Gary, do you plan on meeting a girl with a kid that wants to go to private school?
I'm already involved.
You're already involved.
You already got one lined up. I thought you didn't. Oh, maybe it was Ronald who gave up on the last one.
No,
He didn't give up. He's still connected.
So. But no,
Yeah,
just
okay. Well, that's good. What's your favorite candy? Okay. Oh, I said TikToks. What did you say?
Jared, you got a favorite candy? We're talking about candy
I already
tonight.
told you what I liked. I liked Kit Kats.
Gary, I thought you liked blow pops.
Kit Kats.
You know, he does kind of look like the wise old owl on that commercial. Remember from the 70s?
Yeah, Woodsy.
Yeah. How many licks does it take to get the center of a, 1, 2, 3? Not, yeah.
Never heard of it.
And they're rerunning it here lately on Tootsie Rolls or Pops or whatever they are. So.
Oh wow, Tootsie Rolls. I remember we used to when we were kids. We used to go for those Mary Janes. They were little peanut butter toffee things, wrapped in yellow wrapper. Mary Jane.
I don't know that.
Familiar with them? Look,
I
you can
remember
look
the
them up.
candy cigarettes. They,
Oh yeah, the little candy cigarettes. Yeah, they were neat too.
The strawberry laces are pretty good to munch on.
Mm-hmm. And then I remember the bubble gum that looked like tobacco.
I never heard of that one.
And then they used to sell.
They were in the tobacco type of can. They were rolled, right?
Well, they were in a pouch. Like a beech nut pouch.
Oh,
and
yeah.
They had shreds of bubble gum in that. And then they had beef jerky as dip. So, the tobacco companies got everybody hooked by selling them candy cigarettes, candy dip, and
The candy I like most these days is more like sashimi and.
You're a troublemaker. Scotty likes Klondike bars. Those are ice cream bars, which are
yeah,
fantastic.
they're ice cream. Yeah, they're ice cream Klondike bars.
Yeah, I think
actually I do like I like the candy bars that are made that are ice cream bars, like
the Snicker one.
Yeah, Snickers and things like that. Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, Klondike bars are good, but I like the other one better, the Haagen-Dazs.
Let's see this.
Is M&M a candy bar?
You can actually, no, M&Ms are round chocolate coated
Yeah, they're in like a little bag.
But you can actually get now. You can get M&M candy bars, like you can get non-stop candy bars as well.
Yeah, and M&M cookies and M&M everything.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to just Hershey almond bars or just Hershey bars?
Those are good.
They got sued for it. People are getting Hershey squirts.
Those are good. No, we still have those in the stores. Just
Still have
plain.
the squirts?
I like this. I like the sugar-free lollies.
Good for you.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
Well, everybody seems to like Snickers, though.
yeah, I like the peanut butter Snickers.
I had Milky Way
Yeah,
better than Snickers,
Me
man.
too.
Milky Way.
What is that
Milky
buzzing?
Way, Cadbury.
What?
He's entertaining himself.
What's what?
That buzzing sound.
So
What?
Tony, why is it on your live stream we can always see your lovely face and whatever, and every time you are on a PAX stream, we only see the floor and your sock?
I dropped this phone too many times. The camera facing me don't work good. Look,
Oh,
it looks like I'm in the dark, so you know. If I turn it around, I can't read the. So I got it on my TV so I can see everybody, so I can read the.
Oh,
Read
okay.
yeah, that's big. Yeah. So is everybody's health good now?
Good.
We're old. How can it be good?
Means everybody talk good.
Klondike is
health-
covered in chocolate.
is your health-
Even making
Are you healthy
no,
now?
Klondike, that's right. It's an ice cream bar.
Klondike? Yeah.
That's an ice cream bar. Yeah, it's an ice cream. Ice cream
No,
bar.
it's ice cream. It's
It's a damn fine one, but it is an ice cream bar, not candy. This is my favorite. Woo-hoo.
What is that? Oh,
What's-
Reese's. Oh yeah,
Peanut
peanut
butter
butter cups. Oh yeah, Reese's peanut butter. They're good. Yeah.
I actually like
Like
those the best.
This thing's.
So does anybody see? We're talking a little bit about whatever, but Halloween happened. You know, does anybody have a scary movie that is their favorite scary movie?
Gary's looking like he's in one.
How about the Clark bar? We didn't get done with the candy bars.
Clark bar?
Clark bar? Anybody
The
like
Clark
that?
bar?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember him. Yeah. No, it's like it's like a Butterfinger.
Oh, Butterfinger.
I don't like Butterfinger.
I love the Butterfinger at the go to what is that? The ice cream store. They put the thing upside down.
Put the what?
That Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen, yeah, and that's called what is that ice
There you
cream?
go.
Called?
It's called
Cadbury there.
Oh,
Oh,
Cadbury.
yeah.
Cadbury's number one.
Yeah, those are
No,
good.
the Norwegian chocolate from Freya that Christian has is a million times better.
Yeah,
But you can only get it in Norway.
Norwegian chocolate and pastries are delicious. I was there
Yeah.
in Norway. I loved them.
Give it to a country.
And the
that-
bread.
I didn't like their food there, but I loved their.
It's a little bold when you've never, when you know nobody there and you go there.
yeah. The
But-
Grinch mix is really good
Where's
candy.
that?
I like the Grinch mix.
Gary ain't gonna do that.
These are nice. These are nice snack.
What's that? You're shaking it. What is that?
Cherry. Yeah, I want those. Can you send those to my house?
Flapperjack, cherry
Oh,
and coconut.
Oh, I like coconut.
The cherry in the cherry in the middle. That's a Christmas. I can't.
Yeah,
I can't.
I'm not that crazy about the cherry and chocolate, but I like the
I
coconut.
would like that. You can send that to my house. I'll give you the
What is
address.
that? One is that it's a coconut. It's in a chocolate. It has coconut. What's that?
I don't like
Mountain.
coconut. I'll
Mountain.
enjoy it.
Mounds, yeah, and it has one with a little almond on it. What is that?
Almond and mounds, right? The almond
Almond.
joy.
Almond
Almond
Joy.
Joy.
Yeah, I like Almond Joy. I was stuck on Almond Joy for a while. You know,
Rickety.
actually, what was that? What was the ice cream in Dairy Queen called?
The Blizzard.
Blizzard. Yeah. Now I love the Blizzard. It was the what was that candy bar we just talked about? That's like the Clark
Butterfinger?
bar.
Butterfingers.
Butterfinger. The Butterfinger. What did you call that ice cream?
The Blizzard.
Jesus
What's-
Christ.
I can't remember this thing. The Blizzard. That was the what was the candy bar called?
Butterfingers.
Who
Yeah,
cares?
the candy bar.
Go
The Buzzard.
Blizzard. Butterfinger Blizzard.
what
Yeah, I love that. I was
it's called
stuck on that for a while.
whatchamacallit.
That buzzing sound kicks my my memory off.
Buzzer sound.
These
That
are
that
nice.
buzz, they keep buzzing.
What buzzer sound? They got no buzzers?
What is
that's
that
cheap
called?
shit there,
A
man.
hairy boy.
Yeah,
those
the jelly babies, and I like these ones is good as well.
That's what that buzz. That kind of like goes my hits a little nerve in my brain or something.
Yeah.
What is that buzz?
Gary,
He-
you're
he-
you're the
he's
only one, man.
injuring himself.
You're the only one feeling that. What the?
Yeah, it's hitting a nerve in my mind. I might have to go off here and
No.
reprogram myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're kind of disappointed. We have Lorelai has an aunt that was living in Germany. She married to a German, but they just retired to the Philippines. But they would send us boxes of German chocolates, and oh my God, man, America doesn't have anything on other countries' chocolate. I mean,
Belgium and you know, Swiss chocolate, Belgian chocolate as well is really.
Yeah, and they would
Well,
send
you
us
know,
big
this-
boxes.
Yeah, you know, the big. I love the Toblerone.
Toblerones.
Yeah, I love those.
See, that's the only one I don't like because I don't like the little chunks of nougat inside. It kind of just
Yeah, but you get them in different flavors now.
flavor. Yeah.
You get a white one, you get the yellow one,
Yes.
and you get a golden one.
Yes. Yeah.
No, I love those. You just break off a little, and
Yeah.
then.
I actually took some of those to the Philippines the first time I went for my wife from America because they're, it was easy for me to just buy some and take to the Philippines. So
Hey, where'd Gary go?
you ran them off with your
You
buzzer.
ran him off with the taser.
Yeah, right.
You taste him off.
With the honey. Yeah, I like honey and chocolate and stuff too.
Yeah, that's there ain't no buzzing here. You guys hear buzzing?
But to give the Philippines a tiny bit of credit, they actually have some decent candy. It's cheap, but it's decent candy for the money. So, give them a little bit of credit there.
Yeah. I like Bitto honey. Remember that one?
Yeah, I hated those.
Chewy kind of. Well, I can't do that with false teeth, obviously, but
I hated
What's
those.
nice is what Christian has in Norway is called After Eight. They are in a green pack. They come in these small pockets. It's dark chocolate with mint inside, mint fill inside. They're really nice.
Yeah. I like Nestle Crunch too, Scotty. I'm a big fan of Nestle Crunch bars. I like some of the cookies that you get in the Philippines. Some of the little snack cookies and cakes. I think those are pretty good. They don't have as much sugar as our American version, so I like those. There's actually some cookies that are like blueberry filled, little sandies in the Philippines that I really like. So
You guys in the States, you are a lot into like different type of muffins and shit
Yes.
like that, aren't you? Like blueberry muffins.
yeah, I
and
like blueberry bran muffins.
yeah, we do a lot of pastries and muffins.
Yeah.
Yeah, muffins good. Big thing too.
Ooh, a cup of coffee or tea with an after 8 is nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
We,
After eight is the mint chocolate, the thin mint chocolate. It melts on your tongue. It's really nice.
Yeah, the radio man likes Nestle Crunch and a Mountain Dew. Boy, I don't know.
I
Woo-hoo.
used to eat these sausages, and then I'd drink it with some Mountain Dew and throw in a banana. Boy, ooh.
Is there any more unhealthy drink than Mountain Dew?
No.
I don't have that. No, I don't drink that no more. I'm just saying that's.
I think Mountain Dew must be number one of the most unhealthy soft
Yeah,
drink.
well,
And-
here in
and-
America, they use to get the color. They use a flame retardant chemical.
and they're proud of it. It's kind of their thing. Drink Mountain Dew, get buzzed, and have a lot of calories.
Have you seen all the people who live in the Appalachians or in South Carolina, North Carolina, up in the mountains, drinking Mountain Dew? They're 12, they are 16 years old, and all their teeth are rotten already.
They used to have hillbillies advertisement on that stuff before.
Yeah, I'm talking about the hillbillies, up in the mountains in South Carolina, North Carolina, and Tennessee. I mean, the teeth are falling out by the age of 18 because of the Mountain Dew.
They changed it now. They have different. They don't use regular sugar. They have throwback out there. But if the young hillbillies today wouldn't rot the teeth like they would have back then. That stuff was. I went and drank one of those cans when they first came out with the throwback. My hand was shaking for all its sugar.
It's like worse than it's like 10 times worse than Red Bull.
Yeah, I don't. I was doing the Coke Zero. I didn't buy any this week though, because a little bit of I've been drinking that shit like water, and
I'm drinking Coke Zero like water, and but there is just hardly any caffeine in it whatsoever. There is 0 calories, and there is like fucking nothing in it.
They got caffeine in it.
Yeah,
you can get caffeine free as well.
You can't get them both though. Not anymore. Not here.
One of my
we have a caffeine free Coke.
I was drinking Coke Zero, and you look at the label close enough, it'll have a trace of whatever.
Well, have something in it to be a sweetener, some chemical.
Listen, I'm just looking at the can here now. It has energy. It has 1 calorie. It has 0 fat, 0 saturated fat. It has 0 sugar, and it has 0.07 grams of salt.
Yeah.
So it has nothing in it.
Yeah.
It tastes like Coke. I mean,
I didn't buy any of it this week. I'm already having withdrawals.
I miss the old Coke Zero. I mean, I don't, it's a different taste to the new one. I mean, the good old Coke Zero, they swapped it out in the market.
You like that one? I didn't like that one. I like this one. You don't like it.
I can't even drink Coca-Cola Light.
You know why they changed?
So for me, that tastes too sugary. And fat Coke, normal Coke, if I just take a sip of it, it feels like my whole mouth is gonna close together of sugar.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola in the 70s and 80s was the best.
It was probably even better, Christian, when they come up with it in 1800 and something, because it was actually coca in it.
Yeah, there was coca in it because the dude that the inventor there, he was addicted, and Pepsi could have bought it, but they didn't. And they found out in the factories there in early 1900s, people were working like fucking crazy,
I mean, I can't. I mean, for some reason, I mean, if there is nothing else to drink, I could stretch myself to drink Pepsi Max, but the 0.0. But that's a big stretch.
Yeah, I remember the Heath bar. It wasn't one of my favorites. I used to like oatmeal pies, Little Debbie's oatmeal pies until, and that was one of my favorite things, especially frozen because they don't freeze because of the chemicals. But Little Debbie's became one of my corporate sponsors many years ago when I put my conferences on to the Department of Labor, and I got all of them I could eat for free, and that took care of that. So I got sick of them.
These are nice.
Yeah. Nice country garden looking pies. Those are nice.
Six
Strawberry pastries.
strawberry pastries. Yeah.
Yeah. Those look good.
Phone is not charging.
Yeah, those oatmeal pies was my favorite until Little Debbie's gave me 100 cases of them. So
And these are really nice.
tiny cherries coated.
Oh.
Yeah, I've had things very similar to those.
Yeah, those are really nice. Kind of a little bit spicy and not nice sort of aftertaste in them, you know.
A couple of years ago, I have a friend who, the guy that married Lorelei and I, loves super spicy things, and so
I had to marry you guys.
one of our trips back, I brought him everything spicy I could find from the Philippines. And I brought him back a bunch of spicy nuts. But the funny thing was, U.S. Customs went in and cut them open, I guess to see if there's any drugs in them. And then they just threw them in my suitcase and let them go everywhere. So these bars will rip your teeth right out. Yeah.
Yeah, try to bring peanuts over the airport into Honolulu, into Hawaii. Oh
Yeah.
man, that's like, you know, to bring certain food items to Honolulu or into Hawaii, the state of Hawaii, is almost as bad as committing killing somebody.
Has anybody ever had that Australian thing? What is it? Vegemite?
What?
Vegemite? Is it the Australian spread?
No, here in England, it's terrible. Either you love it or you hate it. Marmite.
Marmite, yeah.
Oh, fuck. No, some people love it, but it's a very acquired taste. So either you hate it or you love it. There is no in between.
But what actually is it?
I don't know. It's black. It's like black tar. It's
Yeah.
terrible.
I mean, is it going to be a vegetable, a fruit?
Yeah, some sort
an
of
animal, or
I don't know. I mean, I tried it once, Marmite, and it's like a black jelly, and it tastes sort of bitter. No. Oh, it's almost like if you took a bunch of, which I hate, by the way, but it's like if you took a bunch of olives and smash them all up to a paste, and put that on as a spread.
Oh,
yeah,
that sounds gross.
Yeah, it is. I have to say though, when I was in KL in Kuala Lumpur once, I was eating this pate a pate spread, and it tastes really nice.
I like
and then I realized the pate was ants, made of ants.
Oh,
so I had ant pate.
I only had liver pate, so
no, goose liver pate and
now I've eaten ants before, but I knew they were ants.
Yeah. No, it's ant pate. It's protein, you know what I mean? Full of protein.
It should be a lot of protein, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was kind of sweet as well. So
and I eat grasshoppers.
Oh yeah, dried grasshoppers, salty. Used to buy them street food in Thailand all the time.
Yeah.
Phone's about to die, man. It's on 5%.
What are you doing there, Hank?
Yeah.
One of my favorites is actually ostrich steak, because it tastes like meat, even if it's bird, and it's 40% less cholesterol.
Yeah,
So have ostrich steak, grilled ostrich steak with pepper sauce and French fries. Is absolutely lovely.
I had ostrich burger at a state fair here a couple of years ago. I liked it a lot.
It's,
Leaner
I
than
tell you what, we have this restaurant in Cape in South Africa. You used to go to it. It's an Italian, run by an Italian restaurant called Peppino's, and you know it's almost like I like to fly to Cape Town, to go to Hope Bay, to this restaurant, just to have a meal of their ostrich steak. Is absolutely fantastic. And if you eat it, you know, there is no way you could actually tell that it's a bird and not meat from cow or ox or whatever. I mean, it's just fun. It's super cool, super good.
I really want to try camel. I've been told that camel is really good to eat.
What, the hump?
Camel, yeah. I don't know. I got friends that have spent time in Saudi Arabia and Dubai, and they're like, look, a nice camel steak is smoking.
Heard people that eat that meat have a tendency to want to hump all the time.
Well, maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah,
I got a friend getting ready to go to Dubai, but I don't think he can bring camel meat back into the U.S. So,
I don't think so.
I got friends that highly recommend camel.
I really like escargots. Snail,
Yeah.
done in the French way with the butter and garlic sauce. It's really delicious. And then when you have eaten the snails out of the shell with this little
Tiny
fork, then you have your loaf, and you break it up, and then you dip it in the sauce and stuff which is left, and eat it. It's great.
When's the last time you had that?
What?
When's the last time you had that?
Oh, not that long ago. We have some really good French restaurants in London.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we don't really have really good French restaurants in the U.S. We went to Vegas and ate at a French restaurant, and I'll tell you, it was fantastic. Some of the best food we ever ate.
Cafe Modern or some bullshit. They got some.
The best meat restaurant I've been to in the entire world is at the MGM in Las Vegas. It's like $450 per head, and you get 7 different cuts of Kobe, and it starts with tartar, and then it goes all the way through all the different cuts of Kobe.
Wow.
It's like a 4 hour ordeal, with special wine to eat. I mean, it's hands down. It beats Smolensky in New York and anything. I mean, the MGM Kobe restaurant is like you have to book it like weeks in advance.
Yeah, we stayed at the Paris Hotel in Las Vegas and ate upstairs in the tower, and the beef Wellington we had and the fish we had was, even the drink was just such high class food.
Got a phone going off?
Like
Yeah, I'm sorry, 1 second.
It was good.
My phone is not taking a charge at all. So if this thing goes out, you know why? It's at 4%. I plugged in the charger.
Is the charger any good? Maybe you need to.
Well, it's okay. I knocked it off this chair I have it on all the time, and it bent that tip, goes into the phone.
Yeah.
So, but you hear that vibrate? Well, that's
Gary Underground was the vibrate.
working, but it's at 4%.
Uh-oh.
Shit.
Maybe you need to upgrade your system there, my friend.
Oh, well, I know what I'll do. What am I talking about? I got my thing up here for my GoPro, man.
There you go. So you got to learn to adapt and improvise.
Well, you know what's nice here, David? The chair I got, it has this chair, this recliner, a power recliner here I have, has what do you call it in the side of it?
Charger,
Yeah,
USB
port,
port.
yeah, port, yeah.
Yeah, those are cool. Yeah.
I've had this furniture for about 4 years before I knew that.
Oh, really? Yeah, the desk I bought, my new desk actually has the ports built in. So you plug the desk in and it has like a built-in power strip and USB cables. And same thing with our something else we have.
Like your electronics, they don't build them with those, what do you call it, in there anymore. So if you get a surge, you're prone to having a TV fried.
Yes.
But if you got one of those ground fault,
the great vacuum in Norway wants to know why you're not using your laptop.
My laptop's in the bedroom. I'm in the living room. Because I was on that a good part of the morning there with Michael. So I'm watching my TV. Well, I was watching the programs as I was here talking to David, but now I got I couldn't see the chat, so I turned, because my camera is bad, the one that faces me.
Mm-hmm.
Now I paired it to my TV there. Now I can read the comments.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to do a mobile live stream. I need to work on my mobile live stream skill set.
Well, I wouldn't even bother. For me, I forget that phone. Nah.
Yeah, I need to work on that a little bit, become better at doing a mobile live stream so that I can take you guys on a journey with me.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know you want to go. And we're thinking about doing we're either going to go to, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Silver Dollar City.
No.
A theme park. So we're either going to go to a theme park or a casino for Thanksgiving this year.
Oh. Take me along, man. If I'm home, find me a ticket. I'll go with you.
Yeah, come on down.
I'll be flying.
So we're thinking about spending the afternoon or the day at a theme park or a casino for Thanksgiving.
Well, I think my thing's working. It's just that I got this. I'm using extra, power other than it being plugged in with this streaming and shit.
Yeah. So what are you going to do for Thanksgiving this year, Tony?
Nothing.
Back here, nothing.
No, my mom lives in an assisted living. I don't know what the fuck they call
Community.
that. Nah, yeah, they got their own little room. The turnover's pretty big there, but she got her own little apartment, senior complex, and very, very nice. But unless you schedule or rent that gathering room they got or the party room, you're not allowed to be doing all that shit upstairs, cooking and all that.
Yeah.
Besides, man, I watch. I don't even know what we're gonna do at Christmas this year, because we used to go over to her apartment all the time, but she's not in that one anymore, and so looks like I'll be doing nothing for that day. I used to just say I was working, but I can't lie. I can't use that lie no more.
And maybe there'd be we don't know what we're going to do. The family that I have here in this part of the country hates me. So we don't ever do anything with them. So
dude,
we have to find something to do.
My mom, my dad's family, I'm more, I know other people better than I know my cousins.
Yeah.
And one of my cousins, he was real shitty to me when we were young. We hardly ever saw them, but he was just an asshole to me then. And then I ended up living in the same apartment complex as him when I was in the Army. Mm-hmm. I go over there one time. After that, the guy would never answer his door and all kinds of shit. So my dad's side of the family, they were never Nobody was ever close. They're all strangers.
Yeah, my family here, I think the last we heard from them was accusing Lorelai of being a gold digger and me
Oh,
being a rich, selfish asshole. So,
your family and your mom's side.
no, father's side,
Yeah, your family and your mother's side was calling your wife a gold digger.
father's side. My,
Why?
my
Why? What brought them to that?
Well, here's what they think, and I try to clarify this with them.
Yeah.
They think that when I got married to Lorelai, that took away any money that they were going to get when I died. I kept explaining to them, you don't understand. You were never in my will. You were never going to get any money.
Oh.
So she didn't take any money from you because you weren't going to get any.
So that shows you what they thought of you in the first place. So
That's
then,
correct.
yeah.
The only reason they were around because they thought they were going to inherit my money.
So
But when they
what-
got married, they thought, well, fuck you, because,
what was their, did you see these people in person? What was their reaction when you said you were never in a will I had anyway?
Oh, I told them in face to face. I even told them before I got married that they were not in a will.
Did they look surprised or dumbfounded or what?
I guess they didn't believe it. Yeah, they were like, they didn't say anything, but they were nice to Lorelai in the beginning.
Mhm.
But then when they really realized it wasn't going to happen,
Oh, so they had somebody.
shitty. When they really realized that I was enjoying life with my wife and going on trips and enjoying things, and she got to have nice things, and I didn't give them things anymore.
So who, if you wouldn't have gotten married, who would you have had a will at all? And if you did, who would you give it to?
It was going to be everything I have was going to be donated to charity,
Oh, I mean, even before.
even before I met Lorelai.
Right. Okay.
I had it set up to be donated to charity before I met Lorelai.
Uh-huh.
And now, of course, she would inherit everything we have.
Did you change? Oh, yeah. I mean, just to save yourself money in legal battles. I mean, you changed the wording on that, right?
Well, all I had to do was make Lorelai co-owner of everything, and then therefore there is no legality.
Okay. Okay. Well, a lot of times in some states, even though you're married, it's still got to go through this bullshit.
Oh, wait, no.
Yeah.
All I did to make it simple is, like, for instance, any 401ks I have, she's the only beneficiary.
Oh, yeah.
The house.
I think by law that has to be.
Well, you can make anybody a beneficiary, but I
Yeah.
made her the direct and only beneficiary. The house we're co-owners of.
Hmm.
The cars, her name is on the cars. So she owns those outright, just like I do. You know what I mean? The bank account, she's a co-owner of. So therefore, when I die, she's the owner of everything anyway.
Even your debt.
Even the debt. What debt, if we have any debt at the time, yeah, she'd be liable for that.
House, man.
So, which is just a house. But you know how houses are. We put a huge amount down on this one. So
Yeah.
there's not really any debt. She can sell it and walk away with a shitload of money. So, but that's what I did. So therefore, I don't need any will. What I do got to work on now, and I need to do this winter, and I will, is what happens if we both die at the same time, or if she doesn't spend all the money that's left over when I die.
Yeah, that'd be a tough one, man.
But nobody in my family will inherit that. I have another plan for that money.
They should really know that too, because then they can't go off and you to collect them.
Right. So if Lorelai and I both die, I have a plan for our money if that happens. And no, my family will not be receiving anything from that. And that's just the way it is.
Hey, well, there's always me.
Well, I already have it in my head where it's going. I'm just not saying it out loud.
Oh,
But
yeah.
my family won't inherit anything.
Hey, you send it right to my house. Shit, I don't
There you
care.
go. There you go.
I'll take care of it for you.
I have somebody who will manage the estate, will take care of everything, and they will earn 10% for doing it. My estate will pay them 10% for selling the house, for selling the cars, for selling everything and accumulating.
If you're both gone at the same time. Though.
Yes. Yes. So I have somebody that will do that, but they will get compensated 10% of whatever the estate is worth.
Yeah, I'll help you with it.
You know, so I already got it taken care of. But what I need to do is finalize for that person, where does the 90% go? Now, if our dogs are still alive.
You see me jumping up and down?
Huh?
I'm waving.
Well, I can't see you. You're blanked screen on me.
Wait a minute.
There you are. And now our dogs, let's say this. If we both kill it or dead, whoever takes our dogs, and I'm hoping one particular family or person will take it, then I'm going to give them additional 10% of the estate to take care of the dogs.
10% to take care of the dog.
Yes.
We just make them hot dogs.
Oh, so hopefully, I got a brother in Texas. We would like for them to take care of our 2 dogs, and he would get 10% of our estate for the dog support.
This thing's down to 3%, people. I got this thing plugged in. It should be freaking juicing.
So that's what we've done. What has anybody else done? Has anybody else got that shit figured out?
Nah.
Or
I don't got nothing for a will. Well, my son, my youngest son will, if that happens before he's, I think you can get part of that Social Security thing up to the age of 24 or something if you're in school.
yes.
But my wife will get whatever I got from the bus company. One thing nice about that is in the factory that was only $800 a month, and when you buy, my mom only gets $400.
Well, how long will she get the pension for after you're dead?
Until she dies.
Okay, wow, that's a really good pension.
That's a lie. She's 85. I mean, no, that ain't a good pension. He's getting $800 a month.
No, I'm talking about your bus pension to your wife.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she'll get that until she dies.
Wow, that's really good though.
Yeah.
A lot of pensions have a expiration date on them, so that's pretty good.
So I'll double check anyway, but I gotta tell her I don't know what the hell she's eating, man, because she's getting kind of bloated. Well, I mean, seriously bloated, like if your kidneys are malfunctioning, that kind of bloated.
Yeah, I understand.
But I said, Jesus, man, somebody's got to be around here for the kid, because he's like my other son. I was till I got to know my father. Real liked everybody, happy, share all this and that. But even if I built them a house there, they would use them, to take it over.
So how are you going to protect his Social Security money if you die?
You don't have to. He gets it automatically.
Okay, I understand that, but do you have that set up? So you have him already. He's your son. He's biological. He will inherit X amount of dollars from Social Security when you die every month.
If I'm dead before he's 24 or 17 or whatever it is. Right.
So, and then he doesn't get survivor benefits because she's going to be too young.
I talked about my wife wouldn't get it anyway because she's not a citizen or a green card holder.
Right. Plus she's too young. It's like Lorelai's a citizen, but if I kill her over, she doesn't get my Social Security benefits because
you know what? I think there's some kind of one of my ex-wives could take it, but theirs will be greater than mine. But I talked to my other son, and because his brother, my little guy, loves him just like,
Right.
I said, by the time that might happen, you'll be in your 40s, or 50s. So
Now, is your son in the Philippines? Is he a dual citizen? You got
yeah,
ways
yeah,
to have a dual citizen?
yep.
Good. I mean,
Yep.
a lot of guys don't do that. A lot of guys say, look, I got a kid in the Philippines, but the best thing they can do for them is to make sure that that kid is a dual citizen.
He was born here.
You're right. So that's fantastic.
Yeah, yeah.
Because a
Yeah,
lot of Americans don't think that, but it's greatly beneficial to the Filipino kid to become a citizen.
well, he's he's too kind. He's too kind. He's too nice of a kid too. They'd take advantage of him if he didn't know any better.
And
Because
so,
believe me, how that place would look after it's been built will never look like that again once I'm gone.
right. So is that what your big plan is? You're going to build a house over there, and then that'll be kind of like his property?
Yeah, by law over there, if my wife died before me, it'd be mine.
Yes.
And
You
then
have property rights to it.
it'd be mine. Yeah, it would. I don't know what kind of technical humble jumble they do, but after I'm gone, it's his.
Right.
But the thing of it is, if he's young enough when this all happened, he'll get taken advantage of when he gets older, because I know some of them over there would do that.
Oh, they will. They will. I mean, that's,
He would if there were 20 people that needed a place to live, he'd tell them all they could come over.
right. Right.
That's how he is.
No, and it's good that he has a good heart. And that's kind of my point, is that we have to work hard to kind of protect. It's like it's kind of like why we're not in a big hurry to build the two houses we're going to build in the Philippines, because I know people will be going, no,
You know what, man? If you're not going to be there, I mean, if you want somebody to, shit always gets twisted there, always.
Yes.
Always, man. If to build one over there, ideally, man, you like to split time here and there,
Yeah. And eventually we'll probably do that. We'll figure out how to get that squared away. But we got some other places we want to go and visit. And we want the Philippines to I want the Philippines to get back to normal. I mean, completely back to normal. So it's enjoyable.
That's the way it is now. You can go over there as of today, no vax,
Yeah, but that's good. But I mean, a lot of the businesses, that was part of the sad thing. While we're there, we didn't get to do it because all the businesses are still shut down. So
you can take the antigen test before you leave or after you get there, and there's no quarantine unless you test positive.
Right. And so, but there's a bunch of other places we'd like to go and travel to, and that's an awful long plane ride.
Oh,
so
dude, I sat in coach because I can't afford anywhere else, and I was about to frickin' cry to myself, man.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting in them. Oh my God, the economy. They want like another $1,000 just for leg room.
I know. So that's why it's a journey. Now, hopefully, that's what I mean. Getting back to normal also for me means if Korean Airlines starts flying back into the Philippines from America, that to me is back to normal, because Korean Air is so much better, even in the cheap seats, than anybody else. So
I took ANA. They were good, and I took. I like them enough that I might even fly in the wrong direction. Qatar, they're super airline. Customer service, the lighting in the plane, the ambient lighting, and with that burgundy and beige, and very tranquil, peaceful feeling. Best food I ever had on an airplane.
Mm-hmm.
Best. I mean, I had shit that looked like you'd have to go pay at a restaurant here to go get it. It looked that good. Oh my goodness.
So we got a lot we'd like to go see and do around. We got more countries. We don't want to just go to the Philippines and sit around. I don't want to do that. I want to be able to go and do adventures elsewhere. So we're kind of working on that.
Hopefully, if my thing works out, and it depends how long they give me my back pay if I get it.
Yeah,
I'll stop over there in Norway by Christian for a while.
I would. I mean, I would love to go to
Well,
Norway and
I'm gonna need the money first, so
yeah. So going to Norway and checking out, that area on a cruise is one thing I've been looking at. Going to the Greek Isles would be cool on a cruise. So, but my wife has a good job and she needs to earn a bunch of money.
But though, man, you know what though? When it comes to these, I was sitting next to this British guy back in 2013. Was that 20? That was the second 2013. I flew from Chicago here to San Francisco, which was a nice airport. COVID fucked all of them up. All the Chicago would be real quick to get through, not no more. But it was always what the fuck was I talking about? See, that's part of my memory shit.
Well, Viking in Norway says,
Oh, we're talking about the airline, right? We talked about the airline, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm more in favor after I went from here to Chicago to San Fran, and then from there to Hawaii, and then Hawaii to Guam. And it was like, oh my God. Then it was a smoker back then. I'm like, oh shit. So I took ANA Airlines. I like that one, but I'm more of less. I want to eliminate a couple steps, at least once. So I'd rather go from here to LA or San Francisco right to Manila,
Yeah.
and not take 3 planes and
Well, and that's my point. Getting back to normal would be for us, being able to fly from our little international to Dallas, grab a Korean airline and flying into Cebu. Getting back to normal.
Yeah,
Hiking of Norway, I'm a little offended because, I know you're welcoming Tony. There are other people out there that
he knows me a little bit better now.
Yeah, well, So, but no, I think Norway would be cool. A lot of cool places to visit. A lot.
Well,
I don't know if buy even. I think
it depends if I get it, and if I do get it, am I going to get that money right away? If I got to wait, then I can't sit around here no more.
No, once they approve everything, you'll probably get the check within 30 days.
Well, that's the thing, though. I mean, if this before March, but if it any later, I'm like, I'll know by the end of January, I guess. So if it didn't happen for me, I'll be going to the Philippines right from here.
You should know.
I don't have the money to be.
I think the key is this. I don't think you'll have much of a problem, because of your age. So people who apply at your age, meaning anybody above 55, usually gets through easier than if you were under 55.
Oh.
And so you're getting close enough to where you could apply for Social Security anyway. The logic is that they kind of go, well, he's only 2 years away now. So,
but when they give that to you, for me, it would be like giving me my full-time retirement age of 67.
right.
I'd be getting that 5 years early, something like that, 6 years early.
That's correct. Correct. But what I'm just saying is if you're above the age of 55, it increases your chance of being awarded.
Well, it's not only like I was saying. I think I said this earlier, but I the job I had, I saw a lot of bullshitters, man. I mean, a lot of them. Fucking thing wrong with them, And then for me, a guy to put into the system that they're taking out from this has legitimate shit. But if I don't, that'd be like par for the course, man.
I mean, I got mine at the age of 48. I approved the first go around.
Well, they don't want that. They don't want that. The place where you worked, I used to pick up a guy, and he worked for the post office. and he has some kind of heart issue.
Yeah, heart issues will get you.
And they gave him that shit like 2 months, man. He was bam. I said, and I was talking to him, and I didn't know what his brother had said to him. I said, man, they couldn't wait to get rid of you. They didn't want to be liable for you.
Yeah. I think I got mine within 6 months. My college picked up. What happened is I got my college one immediately. And then
What, your pension?
Huh?
Your pension from college?
I have long-term disability from my college.
Okay.
It pays me until I'm 65.
Oh,
But,
really?
Yeah.
That was only 6 months.
Yeah. And so it kicked in immediately for the full amount of 60% of my salary. And then when Social Security kicked in, I had to pay my college back the difference of Social Security. So my college disability pays me the difference between Social Security and 60% of my bring home.
Yeah, they for me that would be whatever I get mine. Well, it'd be good. What it would be like is just like being retired. I mean, I got the pension I got, and then I would get the Social Security benefit at full retirement age, added on earlier. That's all it is. Once you turn 65, just becomes regular Social Security money.
So mine kind of turns out to be like this. I basically bring home about the same money as I did when I was working. The only difference is I no longer have any money going to a 401k, which I had a lot. You know what I mean? So I lose all of that. So I actually lose money, but I do technically bring home roughly the same amount. But
maybe that person I knew a long time ago, David, a long time ago when I first started watching YouTube, there was a Norwegian guy over there that one of my friends is married to, and I think he already owned 2 restaurants, and then he went and bought a 3rd. He'd go in there and watch how clientele, how busy they were, all this. But I don't know what happened since the pandemic. I have no idea.
A lot of restaurants been building up because.
But this dude was leveraged to his eyeballs in debt, man. He bought his wife a car, and I said, "Why do you want to drive a car in Manila, man? You nuts?" Because she was telling you wouldn't believe what these people hit me. They took off.
Yeah, I think the key, no matter what country you live in,
you bought her a brand new car too, man.
Is to keep your finances simple and to live.
Yeah.
Live when it comes to assets. Like you're poor.
Yes.
And then you're going to have your extra money to go and enjoy life. It's more fun enjoying life than it is owning a bunch of shit.
This dude would take phone calls while both of them were in the same room, sit next to each other, from women that said, "What do you mean? You didn't tell me you were married?" Right with his wife next to him.
Well.
And I said, and at first I said, "Oh, why are you still with the guy then?"
Yeah.
Then I thought, oh yeah.
Money.
Because he's supporting her. And they were married in the Philippines. She bought a bar somewhere, and her air conditioning thing took a crap. I said, "I don't have money like your husband does, man."
Right.
I said, because he wouldn't give her any more or something.
Yeah.
But that was long ago, and I don't know whatever. I got to imagine, because this guy was driving a Beamer, and he, I think his shit was on credit big time. So I don't know with certainty, but I got to believe that COVID wiped that out.
Well, all right, guys, we've been on for about 3 hours, so I think it's
an hour too long.
Yeah, it's time for me to get off of here and get a few things done. I got to unload my truck still.
Dokie. Gear, still there, Gear?
Huh?
Gear.
Yeah, I think he's in the background somewhere taking a phone call. But
yeah, that's right.
But he'll figure it out. So, but hey, I appreciate everybody. I know you're doing yours again at Friday at 5. Mine's are at
5, yeah.
5:30.
5:05 Central Time here.
That's right. We invite everybody to go see you and to come back for me on Tuesday nights.
All right,
See you
guys.
next Tuesday, everybody. Take care.
Yeah.